Welcome back to Check Please Snake Eyes. So this is the D&D campaign with 1 DM, 1 player, and 5 characters, where the player shuffles around each section of the story with a different character, and they all tell one semi-interconnected story. Last time, you played as Yoculus.
My snake boy, who is hot to trot. To slither?
Right.
Hot to slither?
Yeah, he can't trot.
He can't trot.
That's kind of rude.
Physically impossible.
It's honestly kind of insensitive for you to bring that up.
I have my S card.
Whoa.
Slut. What, you're saying Yoculus isn't a slut?
Oh, Yoculus is a
major slut.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
But that was last episode. Let's find out what we're going to do this episode.
So this episode, you are going to be playing as everyone's favorite little confused changeling.
I am! Okay, yay! I get to play Pae'dor.
Yeah. Today is Pae'dor. When last we left off, Pae'dor had just been busted out of a heist gone wrong and had now rejoined their friends. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the map for Florica.
I need to get back into my voice.
Yeah.
Here I am. How do you think I am doing?
I think you sound just fine.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
All
Do
right.
I give you joy with this voice?
Yes.
Good.
All of the voices you do give me joy.
Thank you very much. All right.
All right. So, Pae'dor is traveling down the street with a few of their friends, and you are traveling back into the district of town known as the campus, which is where your little hideout is currently located. Probably not the right word. Your home.
It is my home. I love it very much.
So I'm going to go ahead and mark it on the map.
I like this tiny little building off to the north. It's just kind of there.
It's a farm.
It's a farm.
It is. But there's outlying farms spread all across the region.
Gasp.
That's just the closest one to town.
The scandal.
There's another one under the word Flora.
Oh, it's hiding. Oh, I see it.
Yeah, it's hiding. Hi there, farm.
Hey there, little farm.
You don't have to hide.
Not from me, at least. Though maybe you should. Anyways, let's play some dad.
Wow. So, Pae'dor is taken back to their home, which I've just titled here as the home. And it is the home for outcasts. It is the home of outcasts and misfits. So, the current members of the club, whatever you want to call it, what do you think Pae'dor would have called this group?
The pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, they totally would. They totally call it the pack. Does that not make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
I only died a little bit on the inside because my middle school self was like, yeah, do it.
Yeah, it sounds cool. All right. So the other members of the pack are there, and you see that the other 2 members there are very happy to see that you are alive and well. And the first thing that's going to happen is Maisie is going to say, another letter has arrived from your pen pal.
Oh, Pae'dor will rush to the letters immediately.
So it's placed in your hand, and it is on fine paper with that is written on it with a steady hand in looping Elvish script.
Of course it is. I miss him so much already. It's been 5 fucking years. Of course I miss him. God damn it. Okay, I read it.
All right, you pop it open and take a read. It is, of course, from your quote-unquote adoptive father, Siren. And it says that, Dearest Pae'dor, it has been such a long time since I have seen you, and I will visit again soon, but there is something that I wish to speak with you about. So I prepared this correspondence. I recently have attempted to get a hold of some documents that I believe could lead to some exciting discoveries, particularly about the nature of changelings. There was a history that was taken down, along with some other research notes in a series of books that I believe were lost until recently. I was able to track their location down, and I even hired a group of mercenaries to retrieve these books for me. However, when they found out, or at least assumed true value of these books, demanded an exorbitant price from me, and have since sent me a single message back saying that in order to receive these items, I would need to bid on them against any others who would find interest in them. So the letter basically says that he tried to hire some mercenaries to go and retrieve some books for him. However, the mercenaries, upon finding the value of these books, demanded more money.
Mm-hmm.
And when he refused to pay the exorbitant fee, they said, fine, you can bid on them along with everyone else. We're going to auction these things off in so many days at this certain place. So, Siren is asking Pae'dor to go and bid on these books and make sure they're safe so he can come down to Florica and pick them up from you once you have them. His name is good in many places for a line of credit, so he believes that you should be able to have credit afforded to you if you were to go to this and bid on his behalf up to a certain amount of gold. But he wants you to try to retrieve these tomes for him because they contain both lost histories as well as research about Changeling.
Okay.
So the letter ends with him thanking you for everything that you've done and to adding meaning to his life, because he has enjoyed having, even at a distance, having a foster child or adoptive child, however he would have phrased it.
Yeah.
Has meant the world to him.
Oh, my heart. I love him so much. He's such a good dad. So much better than Ferrith. Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. I'm gonna prove him wrong one day.
So he suggests finding, anyone else that would be willing to travel with you to go to this place to track these books down.
So Pae'dor will read through the letter. They'll try to pick off what they can as the most important information, kind of bring it away from their face. I have a slight problem. Yes.
Bog looks up. What is it, Pae'dor?
Well, I need to get these books for Siren, but it's a bit of a journey, so if it's not a big deal, maybe someone could go with me.
So at that, the group is going to kind of talk it over, and Bog will immediately be the first to volunteer to go with you.
Pae'dor beams at that. That's their best friend.
So that's a ride or die friend.
I love him.
So, yeah, anyway, Bog will agree to go with you, and he asks, where is this auction, or where is this thing taking place, rather? Where do you need to go?
What city did it say it was in?
And on the letter, it said that the auction is going to be taking place in the capital of Vatra, city of Capriana.
Pae'dor will have some trouble pronouncing some of the words, but will relay the information nonetheless. Capriona. And they kind of hold the letter forward in case Bog needs to read it.
Says they've never been to the Cap before, but he's always heard that it's kind of a rough place.
Is it big?
Yeah, it's much bigger than this town.
At first, Pae'dor will smile, but then they remember what happened the last time they were in a big fucking city and kind of start to scowl a little.
We should be as careful as possible. This place could be dangerous.
I mean, it's no more dangerous than us. Come on.
Please, Bog.
You remember, just last week, we hustled that whole other gang out of the territory.
You mean I hustled when I bared my teeth? You were there for extra muscle.
Sure.
Pae'dor just has a teasing smile on their face.
I do remember punching a dude or two in the face, but
I suppose that helps a little.
I guess baring your teeth is just as good, right?
Pae'dor has a toothy grin. Is working now, yes.
Whatever you say.
Aren't you terrified of me?
Yeah.
Good.
That's it.
Well, you and me will go there, and we'll take care of business. I may have to look a little different to properly represent Siren, if you're okay with that.
Oh, you're gonna go with the longer the ears, huh?
Pae'dor looks a little pouty for a second and rolls her eyes. Look, it's probably best situation for this, you know?
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
You know I don't like it.
I mean, look, you do what you want. I don't mind.
I do.
Look, whatever form you take, you're still Pae'dor. That's what's important to me.
Pae'dor playfully but lightly punches his side. Good.
So, if you need to go, like, ears out to here, he holds his arms, like, all the way out to his sides. If you didn't have ears out to here, then, do what you gotta do.
I would never go that long. That's disgusting.
I bet you couldn't even make them out that long, but whatever.
I bet you I could.
Let's see you try.
Then I will.
And that some of the other members of the pack are gonna, like, take bets on whether or not that's even possible.
Oh, God. I can try, can I?
You can try, sure.
Okay. Do I need to roll?
Yeah, I need a will save and then a fortitude. No, yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, 14 for my will.
And let's do a con check.
A con check?
Yep.
Okay.
So, one of those is to determine whether or not you have the willpower to muster up the ability to do this. The other one is whether your body can handle it.
Okay.
So, your ears start to grow and grow and grow, and as soon as, like, they get to a certain point, they just sort of droop over. So you end up kind of having, like, floppy rabbit's ears, basically.
Pae'dor looks instantly embarrassed.
A bunch of them laugh, and a couple of them trade coins.
Look, I did get them long, though. Okay?
Sure thing. Bog will, like, take the end of each one and hold them up, like, out to their full length, even though they can't support themselves.
You're doing it on purpose now.
He's like, yeah, I think I am, but this is a heck of a look you got going on.
Well, you regret it. I could make any look work. Thank you.
Sure. All
You
right.
disagree again.
I'm just saying, you kind of have a theme when you stick to it. That's
Look
all.
at me. I'm Bog. I know exactly what to say. I have educated words.
I don't know, I grew up in the gutter, same as the rest of these guys. But I guess if you're wanting to head to Capriana, I'll get some of my stuff together and we can head on. I mean, we could probably see if we can find a caravan heading out that way. That might be the best way to get there.
Sounds good to me.
Maybe a little more safe on the road then.
Pae'dor nods.
You know outside the city better than I do at this point.
Bog shrugs. I mean, if you say so. I don't leave the town very much either, but I mean, I've heard stories of stuff, so I know that road eventually goes to Rascani and then it continues all the way down to Capriana, but I've never been there myself.
Well, it'll be a first for both of us.
Yeah. And hey, as long as we're together, nothing bad's gonna happen, right?
And I might find out about myself a little bit with these books I'm going to get.
Yeah, you might learn how to get those ears to stand up.
I will get you back for this.
Yeah, if you say so.
I do. You're a punk and you didn't even know how to fight before me.
Yeah, and I think I picked it up pretty well.
Okay, yes, you're correct. But I can still shoot better than you.
Yeah, you got your freakish marksman abilities.
It's the smell. You can smell the animal before they even move.
You know, you've told me that, and it still doesn't make any sense to me.
Look, if you just opened up your nostrils a bit more...
Well, I'm sorry I can't change the size of my nose like you can.
I don't change the size of my nose all the time, Bog.
So he's going to go off and get situated for a journey. What is Pae'dor going to do?
Gosh, I guess I'll pack up my letters and stuff and get ready, but I know at this place, Pae'dor doesn't wear their helmet anymore, or what I call their helmet, their skull of their brother.
Yeah.
I imagine that it's been hanging up at this home for the pack as kind of a wall mount.
Yeah. Then I'm sure it took a lot of convincing for them to get you to take that off.
Yeah, it took probably at least a year.
Yeah.
I'm far more ferocious with it. I need to keep it on.
But over time, they conceded, and now it's a precious trophy that kind of is a symbol for the group.
So, are you going to leave it then unmounted on the wall, or are you going to take it with you?
I think Pae'dor has matured enough to leave it.
Okay.
But they'll still kind of touch it as if it's a good luck charm.
So as you say that, or as you do that, Balkos is going to look over and say, "Don't worry, he'll be waiting for you when you come back."
You better. If I see a scratch on him, I'm going to beat all of you up.
Well, I mean, I'll try to keep Deke from selling it while you're gone.
Pae'dor just swings and looks at Deke.
Deke just kind of shrugs. He's like, I mean, I'm sure someone would pay for it.
Pae'dor will make their eyes glow.
He laughs. Like, I'd never touch it.
I do, but you have to play along, yes? Pae'dor will kind of brush their hair out of their eyes for a second as their ears probably have slowly been retracting. Their eyes go back to normal, and they look more humanish again.
Yeah. So Bog returns with a duffel, a little packed bag, and he's ready to travel. And if you are ready to go, then the other three, Deke, Maisie, and Balkos, are going to bid you farewell and good luck. And Maisie's going to give you a goodbye hug and, wish you luck and tell you to come back in one piece.
Pae'dor will kind of pick them up when they hug, and then set them down. Wait, how tall is everyone compared to Pae'dor? They're still not that tall. They're only 5'5".
You're probably one of the shorter members of the group, yeah.
You know what? Pae'dor's still pretty fucking strong.
Yeah,
so I think they can still lift everyone.
With no problem.
They'll lift for the hug and then set down. I'll be back before you know it.
Alrighty. So, and we will pull up the map of Florica again. And you find yourself outside the home of the pack. Where would you like to go?
So, he said it was southeast? Or was it southwest? Southwest, right?
Let me pull up Vatra then, if that helps. So here is the nation that you're in.
Oh, we're going south, huh?
Yeah, if you go to Capriana, it's the other side of the country.
Fuck it, dog. So, Bog wanted us to look for a caravan to go down south, so I suppose we'll start there. Since I've been in this city for 5 years, I'd probably know where most of the caravans hang out in this town.
Absolutely.
So, I will head there.
Cool. So you go to the south part of the gardens, and you find a single merchant company has stationed themselves there. It's a little wagon train, and you recognize it as the Vatran Express. It's a caravan that basically does the horseshoe of the country each way, and just goes back and forth from each town.
Gotcha.
So they're one of the many small caravan companies that operate in Vatra, moving goods back and forth. And they are currently like circle wagons, and they've got like people talking and loading things and making deals, trading. Bog looks to you.
Pae'dor nods and approaches the caravan with... I think they've made their features more cute currently.
Okay.
Just to be more interesting as a person to talk to. Hello there.
Ah, hello. One of the traders looks over to you. What can we do for you?
We are seeking passage to Capriana, and we're looking for a place to travel with. Yes?
See. Well, very well. We have some space left in the back carriage.
Perfect.
It'd be Capriana, you say? Well, the fee would be 1 gold.
For both of us, or one each?
That's for the both of you.
Ah,
Pae'dor will take a gold out for him.
thank you very much.
All right, he takes your gold coin and he guides you back to the far rear carriage. It's sitting, the door is hanging open, and they tell you that you can go ahead and stow your gear and board it if you'd like. They intend to leave before too much longer.
Pae'dor nods and then smiles at Bog.
See, I've gotten better at talking to people.
Yeah, I suppose you have. I mean, that's, mostly my help, I think.
I guess.
I mean,
Still haven't fixed my voice, though.
I mean, I think at this point that's kind of stuck that way, right?
Rude. I will get you back for it.
Besides, it gives, something to remember you by. If you talk like everybody else, people think you are forgettable.
That's true, but I believe I get the uniqueness from you.
Pae'dor sticks their tongue out at him.
Bog is going to try to, flick it.
Ah! Gross. I haven't seen you wash your hand in forever.
That's probably because I haven't.
Disgusting.
Sir, we don't all have elven hygiene. Says, kind of makes a hand gesture.
You just didn't know me before I knew how to take a bath.
Maybe. Well, alright. So this is our caravan, right? So he's going to go ahead and step in.
Yeah, this is where we're staying until Capriana.
So you walk into the carriage, and you see that there are 2 bunks, one on the right and one on the left of the carriage. And You see that there's already a bag sitting on one of the bunks, and sitting at the far end of the carriage is a single traveler that's currently sitting enraptured in a book.
What do they look like?
They look like a human female with like red hair.
What do they smell like? This is Pae'dor. I can totally ask that question.
Yeah, they smell like chemicals. I guess is a good way to put it.
Mm-hmm. Pae'dor scrunches their nose for a second.
They have a lot of different chemicals on them and around them, that giving them like a very like overly sanitized smell.
Excuse me?
The figure looks up from their book. Oh, hi there.
Hello there. Do you mind if we take these beds?
Oh, I had already claimed one of the beds.
Yes, but there are two over on this side.
Sorry, there are only two in the carriage.
In the carriage. Okay.
Yeah, there's only two total.
Pae'dor looks at Bog and shrugs.
I don't think that bunk's big enough for the both of us.
I'll sleep on floor.
You sure?
I used to sleep on ground. What difference does it make? Unless you're really interested in cuddling.
Not likely. And he's gonna toss the satchel he's got up into a stowage compartment, and he's going to test out the bunk.
Is comfy?
Not really, but sure it's gonna be better than the floor.
That's what I thought. Never say I didn't do anything for you.
Whatever you say, Pae'dor.
I say lots of things that you should listen to, normally.
Wait a minute. Bog looks up. He's like, hey, it's you! What? What do you mean? You're the alchemist that sprung Pae'dor here out of the clink.
Ah, right. Hello.
How do you not remember us? Oh, I didn't really pay attention to your face. Sorry. Oh boy.
Pae'dor looks nervously up at Bog.
Yeah, this one's the one that used those bombs and got you out.
Well, thank you very much for all your efforts in not cooking my goose, as they say.
Oh, I wouldn't have tried to cook you. That doesn't really seem very nice.
Oh, jeez. I thought you said that people use these euphemisms.
Bog looks like and shrugs.
So I get for listening to you. Sorry, no, I mean, thank you for exploding the wall.
It was really simple, actually. I just had to mix a few different chemicals together. It was really very simple.
Cool. Pae'dor sits on the ground.
This person is going to go back to their book. Kind of makes like a little squeak noise, too, to indicate that the conversation has finished.
Pae'dor looks up to where Bog is sitting and just has a very mixed emotion face of just, who the fuck did you just find? On the street?
Bog looks at you and gives you a shrug.
Pae'dor will turn and kind of look at the cover of the book that this human is reading.
It is a strange cover. It is written in a language that you do not recognize. It looks almost like Elvish, but it's a little bit different. It's almost like it could be a dialect of Elvish.
Ooh. Excuse me.
Yeah?
What language is that? It looks Elvish, but I can't read it.
Oh, that's because it's not Elvish. Drow.
Drow.
It's Drow.
What is a drow?
A dark elf. They're like elves, but they're...
Bog, do you know what a drow is?
Sure, yeah. They raid all kinds of places in the middle of the country. They're, they're nasty, sadistic slavers.
Really? But they're elf, yes?
I mean, I guess, like a long time ago, but then, like, they all fled underground, and now they're, weird, psychotic cultist slavers. They're pretty horrible people.
That is unfortunate. Their language looks very cool.
It's unfortunate for us that they keep attacking, but, whatever.
They're attacking?
They take slaves all the time, and sacrifices and shit. I mean, they're weird people.
It's unfortunate.
The world would be better off if they were all, gone, or at least not our problem anymore,
I see. Thank you.
Yeah, it's nothing but, the truth, that's all. And when he's saying that, the human reading the book is trying to shrink smaller and smaller, trying to will themselves into a tiny little mote of dust.
Now, Pae'dor's sitting on this cart crisscross applesauce, of course, but they're sitting, like, right below, just looking at them, because that's something to do.
Excuse me, is there a reason you're staring at me?
There's literally nothing else to do, and I like your book.
It's a book I've been waiting a really long time to read.
Can you read it to me?
No thanks. I had to spend a really long time, and I had to go through a lot to get this book. So if you wouldn't mind, could you just let me have a little bit of peace, quiet time with it?
Sorry. Do you mind if me and my friends keep talking?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be that rude. I just haven't really had a chance to read this one yet, and it's something I've been looking forward to for a really long time.
Okay. Do you mind if me and my friend talk while you are reading? Is that too distracting?
No, that's fine. I can tune you right out.
Okay. Have fun.
Yeah. Well.
Pae'dor swivels around and looks up to Bog.
Bog
What
looks
the
down
fuck?
at Pae'dor. He's like, I don't know. I mean, look, that one seems like they've got more important things going on, I guess. But, who knows?
That's fine. We're going to be getting books too, so that's very exciting.
But that the other person's going to look over the book and go, wait, you're going after books too?
We're going down to Capriana to go get books.
Oh. Well, what kind of books?
Well,
Pae'dor looks nervously at Bog, unsure how to respond about what kind of books.
they are books about a certain kind of race, yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
There were several books that were supposed to go to my father, but, well, whoever got them for him wouldn't give it to him, so now I have to go and bid on them for him.
Huh.
What are you heading down south for?
I'm trying to find some books that were stolen from me.
Really? Well, hey, we are going on a book adventure together then.
Yeah, I guess so. If you think of it as like one adventure, even though we're going after different books for different reasons. So.
Sorry. I just figured since we were in the same cart together, it would be good to talk.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
Pae'dor looks back up at Bog with just a face of, why am I here?
At this point, Bog is questioning his own life choices as well.
I think after a while, Pae'dor will get bored and kind of instinctively circle on the floor and then curl up, kind of resting on their pelts.
Yeah. Okay. So some time is going to pass, and the caravan moves out of the city and begins heading east toward the town of Roscani. So a day is going to pass.
Okay.
And that puts you at the pin that says Pae'dor on the Vatra map. Throughout that traveling day, you and Bog will continue to have a conversation, and every so often you'll hear this other person who you eventually ask who their name is, and they almost say the full name, but then stop and say, just call me Moo. And Moo is going to spend most of the day reading and every so often commenting something under their breath about something they read. That's really interesting. Or I've never thought of it that way. Things like that.
So Pae'dor, I'm sure, is going to get restless because they're not really good in closed spaces. So several times I think they're hanging off either a roof or a bunk, hanging off things in general, hiding under a bed sometime, or other objects, or just skittering around or pacing just on the floor of this cart. I think I'm going to go insane.
Pae'dor, I mean, there's not much we can do to speed this up, so do you want to switch? I mean, do you want the bunk for a while? I mean, I can stretch out on the floor.
Nah, I would never take a bed from you, Bog.
It's fine, man. It's just for a couple hours.
No, just sit there and I want to hang off of it.
Yeah, suit yourself.
Pae'dor will climb up and they'll kind of hook their legs around so that their upper torso just hangs off from the bunk. And then they start to kind of swing for a bit, and then I think they start to exercise.
So, when we get the books, I'm going to give them to Siron, and he is going to be so happy.
Yeah, I mean, he'll probably visit again, won't he?
I really hope so. I miss him.
I hope he brings some more of that food.
Right?
Stuff
You
he
guys
brought
seem
last time.
so happy.
Well, I mean, we don't usually get stuff that rich.
If I could go back into the forest, I would go and bring all the delicious food back all the time.
Yeah, I mean, that would work.
But they kind of sit up a little. They stop from hanging and kind of adjust themselves on the bed. What?
I mean, I think that'd be fine. I mean, it would suck not having you around as much, but, whatever.
But you could come with me and see the rock tree.
I mean, I guess, for a little bit, but I mean, we got a home in Florica.
You're right, Bog. Always right, for the most part, except for when you're not, which is often.
If you say so.
I do.
Pride myself on being correct about most things.
Oh,
I was
yeah?
right about you. Yeah, I was right about you the first time I saw you.
What were you right about, Bog?
Well, I said that person right there was going to become my best friend.
Well, it's true, and we're always going to be best friends, right?
That's right.
I can't go around ruining people's lives without you.
Exactly.
Pae'dor will hold out a fist to bump.
Bog will bump your fist, and right around that time, the caravan is going to pull off the road and circle for the night. At this point, another person enters the carriage and looks over and sees the two of you in the carriage with Moo, and he looks like this.
Oh boy. Did Moo ditch him? Is my question.
So he pops in and he says, "Man, that shift was quick." He looks in and says, "Who are you two?"
Friends.
Who exactly?
No, we are friends. And Pae'dor puts their hand and gestures between the two of them being Pae'dor and Bog.
Oh, okay. I thought me and Moo had this carriage to ourselves. Huh. Okay. Well, that's fine.
Don't worry, I am sleeping on the floor.
So this guy is gonna, squeeze his way past the two of you, and he's gonna try to, sit next to Moo, who doesn't really notice Moo is still engrossed in the book.
Pae'dor just side-eyes for a bit and then looks at Bog with, what even is this group?
Bog looks at you and kind of wordlessly says, "I have no fucking clue."
Pae'dor is trying not to smile too much, but it looks like they're tickled a little bit. Anyways, well, we should get ready for the night, but I think I might go a little hunting tonight for a little bit. You want to join, or should I just get all the rabbits again?
I mean, you can go get the rabbits. I think I'm pretty much just gonna chill out here for a bit.
Fine. Let me pamper you like normal.
It's a lifestyle I'm used to, he says as he puts his arms behind his head and sort of kind of leans back in an overly dramatic gesture, putting his arms behind him and stretching out.
Pae'dor rolls their eyes and then grabs their bow. They stretch for a moment, and then they look back at Moo. Do you want any food?
Well, actually, our rations are probably enough, but, I mean, it never hurts to have supplementary amounts.
If you like fresh rabbit, that's what I'm bringing home. I don't think we can use all of a deer, so I don't want to get a deer. But the rabbit is easy to eat.
Then that would be good.
They hop off the cart, and they head out to hunt some animal.
Alrighty. So you pop out of the carriage, and you go off to hunt while the rest of the camp is setting up and getting ready for the night. So I will need a survival check.
You sure as heck can get a survival check from Pae'dor, the best child. 10.
Pae'dor is unable to find any rabbits.
Shit.
Nor is Pae'dor able to find and bag any squirrels.
Shit.
Pae'dor is only able to find a handful of edible berries.
I've gotten rusty. So I collect all the berries that I can. I'm very annoyed, but I'll start heading back to the camp.
Okay. You return to the caravan, and there you find what appears to be a slightly heated argument taking place in your carriage.
Okay, I'm gonna stealth up to it then.
Okay.
Because Pae'dor has never had good experiences with people fighting.
It appears to be Bernie and Bog are having some sort of altercation about Bog being inappropriate / looking at Moo.
Okay, Pae'dor's very confused, but walks in. I'm back.
Hey, welcome back, Pae'dor. I was just telling our new friend here that I have no idea what he's talking about.
Alright, instant, snap to attention against Bernie then. That's my best friend right there. Of course I believe him. Do you have a problem with my friend?
I do. I don't want your friend ogling my friend.
He's probably interested in their book. So, isn't that right, Bog?
I mean, I didn't even look at all. I've been over here, minding my own business, and this guy suddenly thinks that I'm here to, like, I don't know, steal his girlfriend or something. I'm not saying I've never stolen a girlfriend. I have. It's really easy. That's not the point.
Bog has stolen prettier girls, okay?
Kind of a rude thing to say, but okay.
Do you want me to say otherwise?
No, it's just sort of a weird way to say it, that's all.
Sorry, I have many weird ways of talking.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said anything. Sorry.
Pae'dor has a bit of a mischievous smile on their face, and they look up at Bog, and their face is just, I'm gonna cause trouble.
Bog gives you the same smile back, as if to say, fucking do it.
So, Pae'dor will kind of squeeze past Bernie and get kind of close to Moo. No, I suppose I didn't realize how beautiful you were in general. You'll have to forgive me. And they get a little too close, but they're looking at Bernie the entire time.
Moo is like shrinking away from you, actively.
And suddenly, Pae'dor's face, although it was mischievous, suddenly looks surprised. And then they smell the air for a second. No pheromones, I'm guessing. Except for what I'm guessing, Bernie is shooting off a bunch of pheromones, actually.
Yeah. Give me a perception check for that nose of yours.
Yes, please. Ooh, that's only a 12.
Ooh, that's not great. I'm gonna think that the chemical smells coming off of Moo are probably overloading your nose to where you can't pick up any fine smells like pheromones.
So I have to focus on actual people's reactions. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Pae'dor was mostly doing that to bother Bernie, but seeing that Moo's actually uncomfortable, they kind of straighten up.
Yeah, well, Bernie looks real pissed at you, and he's like, yeah, that's your bunk on that side of the carriage. This is our bunk on this side of the carriage. And Moo looks over at Bernie and goes, this is my bunk. Yeah, that's what I said. It's Moo's bunk. I was going to sleep on the floor.
Ah, you get to join me then. We're going to be so close.
He just kind of frowns at you. Yeah, that's it.
Pae'dor looks like they're trying not to laugh. It's one of those smiles. And then they turn back to Moo real quick. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were uncomfortable. I was just trying to play.
It's fine. It's just not many people behave that way around me. And
do you not like it when people do that?
I just don't really understand it. And
say no more. I won't do it again. Okay?
I'm sorry.
You're fine. Just let me know if you're not okay with something, okay?
Oh, sure. Thanks.
Always important to establish boundaries in new friendships.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Pae'dor gives an affirmative nod and then turns to Bernie and the shit-eating grin.
Friendships.
I'm friends with Moo.
He sits down next to the bunk.
You sleep well tonight, okay, Moo?
Oh, of course. I mean, yeah, I will.
Good, I'm glad. And then they turn to Bog and throw up a pouch of berries at him.
Hey! Pae'dor came through in the end.
Yeah, but no rabbits or even squirrels today.
That's fine. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't, right?
I'm getting rusty.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll have to give you a bow lesson someday.
Don't make me shoot you right now. I will, and you know it. I've done it before.
Bog eats a couple of the berries and then tosses you the rest back.
Pae'dor will catch it and kind of sit down and start munching. They are directly looking at Bernie on the floor with them. He's
scowling from the other side of the carriage.
Did you have a bad day?
He doesn't answer. Moo looks up from their book, says, Are those local specimens?
Yeah, you want some berries?
If you don't mind, I'd just like to take a quick look.
Pae'dor will toss them up to Moo.
So Moo will go through and pick out 2 of them and put them in a vial, and then hand you the rest back.
You're not going to eat?
Oh, no, these are these are for my studies.
You should probably eat, though, to keep up your strength on the road.
Oh, I have some rations that I packed away. I'll be fine.
Okay, if you say so. But please let me know if you want some.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. And a direct look at Bernie.
Again, scowls from Bernie.
I'm sorry, I forgot to include you too. Would you like some berries?
No thanks. And he opens up a pouch and takes out some trail rations. Starts eating.
That's too bad. Oh well. And Pae'dor just goes to popping berries in their mouth, smug as a little shit. This is a kid who's had a life of crime, okay? Of course they're a little shit.
Yeah. So the next day, the sun comes up and Bernie leaves to go do guard duty because he apparently, you find out, had in order to afford the trip, he was able to lower the price for him and Moo by volunteering to assist them on guard duty during the day. So he leaves the carriage during the day and is only basically back at night. During the next day of travel, it's just 3 of you in the carriage again.
Hey Moo, are you reading and busy?
I'm reading. Yeah. Was there something you needed?
I was just wondering if you actually liked your traveling companion. He seems to be, and they look up at Bog with a smirk, a bit of a stick in the mud.
Bog will give you like a very subtle thumbs up.
Pae'dor will nod excitingly. Because it's like, I'm trying to use the human talk, yes.
I mean, he's fine, I guess. He helped me out of a situation, sort of, a while ago, and now he travels with me.
He seems to be a bit overprotective of you. You can light bombs, right? Do you actually need him?
I mean, maybe, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just saying, if you want more friends, I don't know how friendly he's going to be to other people.
I've never really gone after finding friends before. I mostly just stick to books.
Well, Moo, we can be friends if you want. Besides, we are both looking for books anyways. We have a commonality.
Sure. That's okay. Yeah, that's good.
Pae'dor looks up at Bog and, like, has a stupid grin on their face, like, I did it!
Bog gives you an eye roll and a smile.
This is more of a subtle communication between the two, where Pae'dor's like, I don't want to hit it, but yo, could have just gotten a girlfriend normally, right?
Yeah, I mean, I believe the two of you have enough of a bond that you can have an unspoken conversation.
Yeah.
So the answer to that is probably like, look, if you're not going to hit it, I might.
Pae'dor's like,
make your choice.
Pae'dor looks over it and is like, they're making a gesture which translates almost to not my type, except they're trying to say, I'm not sure if this one likes anything. But they don't know how to mouth that because I've never met anyone like Moo, I don't think. So they're like, and then they just signal for just go for it. Because that won't end in fire. Yeah,
and the answer from Bog is like, I mean, if you're passing up on this one.
Pae'dor just makes a swiping hand motion where it's like, yeah, not for me.
So at that, Bog is gonna like kind of get up from the bunk and kind of like stretch very exaggeratedly.
Pae'dor rolls their eyes.
He's going to stand up in the carriage and he's going to kind of like wait for the carriage to rock a little bit, like because it's not the cleanest road in the world, so there's bumps and things.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to like wait for the opportune moment to where he can accidentally fall over into the same bunk as Moo. He's gonna land and like start laughing and apologize, and Moo just like looks up from their book and is like, "What are you doing?" And he kind of like jokingly explains, that he fell over and he was sorry for intruding on their space. And then he tries to break into a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to attempt to do his moves. So I'm gonna make a little seduction check for.
I'm gonna watch him spectacularly lose, I think.
Yeah. So Moo listens to this kind of like moment where Bog like lands there and starts to talk about how like he didn't notice it before. You have just the most strikingly beautiful eyes, and he goes on like on this long explanation of like all these beautiful features.
Pae'dor's trying not to roll their eyes on the floor, but eventually they just get up and go onto his bunk bed, and they're just watching like it's a show.
And Moo is kind of just sitting there, paralyzed, listening to this.
Can I make a perception check for the smells?
Yeah.
Ooh, 13. I am not doing good on perception today.
Yeah, no, that's another one that's not going to get you pheromone information.
All I'm going to be smelling is Bog. Fuck it. Just like, ugh, I remember this smell.
It's the smell of trying too hard, Bog. So Moo is like looking at him, paralyzed. And then they're going to take like they're gonna like swallow hard, almost an audible gulping noise,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to open their mouth, and they're gonna lean forward and plant the longest, most passionate kiss on his mouth you've ever seen.
What?
I'm kidding. Of course that didn't fucking happen.
I was like, what did you do to my child?
Never. I think he must be mistaken.
Pae'dor kind of sits up a little bit and snaps to Bog.
Bog backs off and goes back to his bunk.
I don't think either of us will win this game.
Bog agrees.
Pae'dor will ruffle his hair nonetheless. And then they'll get off the bunk and stretch and kind of lean out to hang off the side of the cart just to get some fresh air. Is there anything interesting outside?
Aside from some hills and some spotted little bits of woods, not really. Kind of an ugly country, to be honest.
Not enough trees.
Not enough trees. The trees that are here are kind of scrawny and sick looking.
Ugh.
It's not a nice place.
Is this cart a, like, canvas top, or is this a wooden top cart?
This is a wooden topped carriage.
Okay. Pae'dor's gonna climb up top, I think.
Alright.
Just kind of sit cross-legged and watch the horizon a bit.
Alright. You wait up there for a while, and time will pass, and you eventually reach the city of Rascani.
Cool.
So you arrive at Rascani right around evening, and the caravan will stop like just outside the town on the north side, and they're going to be in town for one day selling wares and buying things, and before they're going to continue on to Capriana.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you have any business you would like to do in Rascani, you can just kind of bum around for a day before they head out on the following morning.
I'm sure Pae'dor and Bog will just bum around and be a bunch of fucking hoodlums together.
Mm-hmm. And it gives Bernie time to spend with his traveling companion.
I'm sure Moo is ecstatic.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. Just as ecstatic as Moo is to share space with any other person.
They hate it. Thanks. I hate it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Not really.
Not really. I'm actually really resentful of this, but I won't say it.
I don't say it because I want to be polite.
Please leave me alone. So, I think Pae'dor's probably fucking teasing Bog about Moo's disinterest. And I thought you were the lady killer.
I am the lady killer, but you know what? I think that one's maybe not interested in people like me.
I don't know if that one's actually interested in anything other than books.
Maybe so. One of them bibliophiles, right?
Yeah. The what?
Book fuckers.
That sounds highly uncomfortable.
I mean, if you can get around the paper cuts, yeah.
Hey, Bog.
What's up?
How does one fuck? I know you've done it.
Pae'dor, is this really the time for this?
Look, I was just figured you said it, so...
Look, I mean, if you want to settle this, we can fix this. We've got enough gold. I mean, we can find a tavern. I'm sure there's some prostitutes. Right?
Look,
I mean, is this why you wanted to get away from? I mean,
Pae'dor slaps the side of his shoulder.
Hey,
quiet.
I know that Maisie would have never been okay with it, but you know what? Maisie's not around, so.
Look, you know I haven't figured that out yet.
I mean, it can't be that hard, can it?
I don't. There's so many combinations. It's very confusing to me.
I mean, look, worst case scenario, you have an awkward situation. I think that this, how do they say? I think for science, this needs to happen. Come on, let's find a tavern.
No.
He's heading off toward the nearest tavern.
Pae'dor just has their face in their hand. You ask one curiosity question.
Well, you've never voiced interest before, so, I figured you weren't interested, but,
Pae'dor looks embarrassed.
Suddenly, now that you're away from the rest of the pack, now you're suddenly like, hey, what's fucking like,
No, I refuse. No. It was just a question of curiosity.
I don't know if you say so, but I mean, it's good, yes, It's sort of what people do. It's normal.
I don't know about that, but I do understand. I did see all of you very young, especially you. I got in enough trouble just having you get out of people's rooms at night.
Yeah.
Covering for you is bullshit, Bog.
You know what? I'd have done the same for you.
Yeah, like, I would have actually gotten caught. I could have pretended to be some girl's sister.
Oh, yeah? I mean, is that... yeah. You know, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Maybe we need to find...
Pae'dor's eyes widen and realize what he's suggesting. Since Pae'dor's been around the majorly males, they're probably more used to that. So I think they're embarrassed almost, where it's like, I didn't think about that. Fuck. We are not playing this game, Bog.
Fine. Alright, fine. Look, do you at least want to get a drink or something? I mean, there's really not much to do in this place.
Pae'dor's already walking past him.
Alright, then let's go to the tavern. That's what I've been saying.
Yeah, I understand.
Well, I'm glad now you've come to the same conclusion I have. Let's go to a tavern.
I am not carrying you out of this one again, though.
We'll see.
Bet you I can outdrink you again, though.
Bullshit.
You're a bullshit.
So, the two of you go to a nearby tavern in Ruscani, and you find it to be kind of a dour place that serves bitter, sad drinks.
Oh, nothing like the elves would serve.
Ruscani is just kind of a dour town. This is just not a happy place. Make a perception check.
Okay, let's see me fail again, because I have been... Oh, 22, of course.
There you go. So, best you can tell, Ruscani is filled with citizens who are genuinely just trying to make it day by day, and they're not really like a happy or joyous folk. They all seem to be very serious and dour and just kind of very just overly serious.
So the two of them get their drinks, and Pae'dor's just looking around. This place is sad.
This place is really sad.
It's really sad.
I don't even see any prostitutes.
I don't want to fuck here. I mean, I didn't want to anyways, but now.
Look, I don't blame you. This place is kind of like, makes me sad just to be here. And did you taste this ale? The ale is like such a dark beer, it's almost black.
Are you sure this isn't coffee?
I mean, it doesn't taste like coffee, but, it's so bitter. Look,
Gold piece to bet you that I can drink it faster than you, though.
You're welcome to give it a shot, but I'm pretty sure that I can just, open the hatch and down she goes, so we can try it.
Yes, I understand you can put anything in your gullet. You're very, very talented, Bog.
With practice comes perfection.
Yeah, I know. You sucked plenty of dick to do that.
He shrugs. It says you. It says somebody who's, can't even form one properly.
Pae'dor looks away, embarrassed again.
You remember that? We went to that swimming hole?
Ugh, don't remind me.
You weren't sure which way... you weren't sure which side it was supposed to be on?
Look, I didn't understand there was a difference back then.
It looked like you had a tail.
Maybe I did. They're tapping their finger on the table, annoyed.
Alright. Clink and go, right? 3, 2, 1.
Fun.
You clink your glasses together and both start going down the hatch.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would like you to roll a fortitude save, please.
Okay.
Fortitude.
22.
Nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
You both put the drinks back, chug, 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 and then you slam them down, and they land back on the table at the exact same moment.
Pae'dor is glaring at the table.
Shit, don't be mad at the table. I think this just means you have to drink more of this shit.
Then I would blame the table.
Sure, it's the table's fault. Beer sucks.
I mean, it's better than blaming people, no?
That's a way to look at it, I guess.
Pae'dor shrugs.
He goes back up to the bar, 2 more drinks, brings them back over, sets them in front of you, and picks a seat again.
Are you ready to get your ass kicked?
Not likely. 3,
Pae'dor raises their eyebrows and readies their mug.
2,
Fun.
1, clink and go.
Oh, shit. I got a nat 1.
You get 2 gulps in, and you start choking. Here. Like, something just hit the wrong tube for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing you know, you've coughed up about half a mouthful of stuff, and spilled a fair bit of it on yourself. And you hear the telltale sign of an empty tankard striking a table.
Pae'dor just has their hand on their chest as they're breathing heavily.
Oh, what's that, Pae'dor? Sounds like you haven't practiced sucking enough dicks.
It's true. I haven't had sex. Because I'm not a major slut like you, Bog.
Don't knock it till you tried it.
Not planning on it anytime soon. Bastard.
Probably because you couldn't figure out how to do it even if you tried.
Pae'dor looks embarrassed again. And then just puts their face on the table. Jerk.
Bog is going to do his best impression of your accent, and he's going to ask, like, so who has the hole and who doesn't have the hole?
You just hear clawing at wood underneath the table.
Wait, am I supposed to have hole? I do not understand how this works.
Their head just raises, but it's a bit more elvish because they're embarrassed, so it's changing a little bit.
Yeah. So, I believe you owe me, 20 gold?
I said 2, jerk.
Oh, 2. I heard 20.
Of course you hear 20. All your ears hear is greed. And Pae'dor will take out 2 coins and slide it towards him.
He takes it, flips the coin up in the air. Well, pockets one, flips the other one in the air, catches it, and then slides it back over to you.
Your pity money is not needed, but I will take it.
It's not pity money. You know the rules. Half the take.
I know. You are too sweet, Bog.
That's what they all say.
Yes, I know many of the things your ladies say as I get you out of their fucking homes. Ugh. Do you know how many times I've had to listen to the noises just to make sure you had a getaway?
Look, I can't be held responsible.
Yes, you can.
How attractive everyone seems to find me.
Ugh. One day I will figure out how to make people like me better than you, and then you'll regret it.
I mean, you're gonna have to figure out how things work down there first, so, you know.
Pae'dor looks pissed and their eyes kind of start to glow. Do not.
I told you before, I'm not willing to help you in that department.
I don't need that in order to woo someone.
Sure, but then they're gonna expect things, and when,
Why do people expect things?
Because that's how things are.
Ugh.
You go to try to woo someone, and they're gonna want to take things to the next step, and then they're gonna see, they're gonna take those pants off and be like, hey, what's going on here?
Pae'dor is pouting. They have one hand rested on a fist that's on the table with their elbow.
Look, if you... Look, I'll shut up if you tell me that you've got something going on in there right now.
They put their hand down and put their face down on the table again.
That's what I thought. Well, next round's on me.
Mm-hmm.
He gets up, goes over, and buys 2 more drinks.
One day I'll figure it out.
You say directly into the table.
Yes.
The table does not seem to notice or does not answer.
One day I'll learn how to talk with plants. They'll wanna.
Wouldn't you also need to cast Speak with Dead?
Shit, man.
Ooh, speak with Dead and Speak with Plants at the same time.
Yep, that makes sense.
I want to have a conversation with my table.
I want to have a conversation with all the inanimate objects made out of organic material.
Amazing. Yeah, it's like we need. There was a murder here, and the only witness is this taxidermied elk head.
I got it. Speak with dead. Speak with animals. All right, let's go, Bish.
Solved it.
Who killed this man? It was the sheriff.
Boys, take him away. Greatest detective in history.
Pae'dor just slowly looks up from the table, a little sad.
Why aren't there more wizard detective shows?
Look, I don't know. Probably because they solve things too easily?
Okay, so, Bog turns with the next round of drinks, and he asks if you're having an okay conversation with the table.
No, it doesn't talk back to me.
Then how is it going to insult you properly?
I'm going to kick you under this table and shoot an arrow into your clothing so you're stuck to the wall, and then I'm going to leave without you.
I mean, you can, but, you're going to hate it.
I know, I don't want to be without you, you jerk.
Yeah, because this is going to be you and that weird jealous guy and that bibliophile.
It is really funny messing with that guy, though.
Yeah, he deserves it. What the hell's his deal?
I don't know. How did you guys even start fighting in the beginning anyways?
It was the weirdest thing. I was sitting there, minding my own business, and he suddenly says, "What are you doing looking at my friend?" And I looked up, and I'm like, "What are you on about?" And he tells me that he saw me quote, checking them out. Now look, I may have checked them out, but not then. I certainly wouldn't have been caught doing it. Come on.
You are better at that than most people.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably give you their measurements. Like, I'm good at this.
I don't want to know their measurements.
Sure, whatever. Anyway, yeah, what?
I have an idea.
What is your idea?
What if I pretend to be that girl?
What?
Pae'dor raises their eyebrows.
Could you? I mean, you've never really been that great at, like, passing for someone else. You know, your hair and all that.
Pae'dor kind of pouts a little. Yeah.
I mean, you could try. I mean...
I could do the face, though.
Do you think you can... You think you can get a... You think you can trick that guy?
He's kind of dumb looking.
I mean, obviously, and he's obviously, you know, being way too overprotective of somebody who can definitely take care of themselves. I mean, you should have saw those bombs.
I saw the explosion.
Yeah, but I mean, they knew what they were doing. So, I think that, you know, once we drive this guy away, I think they'll even be, you know, grateful. So much so that they may even give me a kiss. Yeah.
I thought we decided that we're not going after this one.
Hey, a man can dream.
Good luck with that one, then. I think you're only getting signed up for heartache.
Yeah. And that's why I'm lucky to have you to have a shoulder to cry on.
I'm always your shoulder to cry on.
Mm-hmm.
You cry so much.
Mm.
Oh, poor little bug.
If you say so.
Scared boy from the gutter. Oh, doesn't know how to hunt.
Well, that's true.
Doesn't know how to sneak properly.
Hey, I'm pretty good at sneaking. Thank
Now.
you very much. Yeah, we all had teachers.
Yes, and I happen to be all of your teacher.
Streets were my teachers.
Oh, sure. We can agree on that, and Pae'dor will awkwardly make quotations in the air.
So, you think you could actually do that? I mean, if you could pull it off, it'd be fucking hilarious.
We can try, but not here. We know the rules.
Of course. I'm not gonna ask you to do it here.
Good, because this place sucks.
Yeah, have you seen the kind of shit that they consider a good drink in this place?
Boys and girls are not pretty here either.
Yeah, they're all kind of just angry looking and serious, and this whole place depresses me. So yeah, let's
just
knock
go.
these back and go.
Alright, Pae'dor will drink.
Mm-hmm. So the two of you knock back the drink and leave and head back to the caravan.
So right outside it, Pae'dor will kind of check and see if Moo is inside currently. Well, Moo and Bernie.
Moo is not inside currently, but Bernie is.
Perfect. Alright, Pae'dor will kind of swing around.
Do you want to make a stealth check?
Oh yeah, for sure. Stealth is another one of my specialties. 15.
You peek into the carriage and you can see that Bernie is like trying to like position himself to look nonchalant, but at the same time kind of look alluring. And he keeps like repositioning himself to kind of like look nice for
So
whoever's
gross.
coming in.
Pae'dor slowly turns around and has their finger on their lips and looks at Bog and is smiling.
Bog puts his hands up, takes a step back, gives you a nod.
Pae'dor breathes in and tries to recollect every inch of what they saw of Moo. And they got pretty close to Moo, too.
I would like a will save.
Okay. Please. Nat 20. 22.
And I'd like a con.
Okay. Please, please, please. 12.
Alright. You feel yourself shifting slightly. You become taller. Much taller.
Okay.
You go from being 5'5" to being like 6'2".
Pae'dor feels wobbly.
Yeah. Your legs have kind of had to become thinner to make this work, so you're a bit more spindly than you're used to. You were kind of spindly to begin with.
Yeah.
So you spindle your way up, and your face kind of shifts, and you look at Bog, and he like looks you up and down, and he kind of like nods in a kind of a half approval, and then makes a so gesture. You think he's saying, "Yeah, it's pretty close."
Pae'dor will touch their head as if signaling, "How's the hair?"
He mouths the word "white."
Pae'dor will pout, but still see what happens. So they turn the corner and kind of... They keep their head out, but they'll put their hand on the side of the entrance of the cart. So it's still dark-ish outside.
Yeah, the sun's down.
Alright. Pae'dor is thinking very specifically on how to do Moo's voice. Hello?
Oh, hey, you're back.
Hi there.
Hey, come on in. What's going on?
Oh, just an issue.
You what?
I just had an issue.
What's going on?
Promise not to laugh.
Sure, yeah. Is this something I can help with?
Pae'dor will stick their head in, showing off the white hair.
Whoa, what happened? He takes 2 steps forward and kind of like cradles, like touches your head, like touches the sides of your head as he's like looking over your hair.
Chemicals.
It looks like totally bleached.
Do you hate it?
Not at all. You look amazing.
Oh, that's good.
Your hair color isn't that important to me.
That is very good, yes.
I mean, I think you are awesome either way.
Cool.
So, how was your day?
Oh, I read a lot.
Did those guys bother you anymore?
No, they're gonna be my friends, I think.
Really? Wow. That's something. Okay.
I mean, that's what they said.
Well, what do you think? I mean, that one, I can kind of tell that he's got some ulterior motives, I think. I'm not sure. I don't trust the way he looks at you.
Oh, I'm sure he's fine.
I mean, I know you haven't been up on the surface for that long, so I want to make sure you're safe up here, okay?
Okay, that's very sweet of you. That short one was, well, past the first scare, was actually pretty nice.
I mean, the little one seems harmless enough, I guess. It's kind of interesting, I guess you'd have the same hair color now.
We'll be twins.
Yes, that's at least something to bond over, right?
Exactly.
So... I know we haven't had a whole lot of time alone in the last couple of days.
Yeah, it's been quite an adventure.
Yeah, I just want you to know that I'm really happy to be traveling with you. I think that, I think you're a really special person.
Aw, thank you. I am. I can read a lot of different languages. Yes.
He like starts to kind of like look embarrassed.
Is there something you wanted to say to me?
He blushes a little bit and he's like, yeah, but promise not to get mad at me.
Pae'dor has not experienced this, and now they're a little concerned. Because I think they've seen girls admit feelings to Bog. Mm-hmm. And they're like, I think this is happening. Oh my god. And now they're starting to panic inside. Okay. And they just lightly use their fist to tap the wood at the entrance as a signal.
Yeah. Signal for what?
Pretty much just enough of a signal to be like, maybe not going the way we thought it was. Keep an ear in and interrupt when necessary.
So as you do that, he's going to lean in and give you a peck on the mouth.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh for Pae'dor. I know exactly.
Uh-oh for Pae'dor.
Uh-oh for Pae'dor. They are surprised, and they cannot keep their form.
Oh, yeah?
I don't think so.
Oh, dip.
They are gonna push and roll backwards.
Acrobatics.
Okay. We're gonna fail this. Never mind, it's a 20!
You push Bernie, and you shove him with a pretty good amount of force. You flip backwards into a roll and exit the carriage in one quick movement.
And just Pae'dor starts sprinting away.
As you land, you can feel your body becoming like soft and sort of colorless.
Yeah.
And you see Bog standing there. And as soon as he sees you, he is going to throw his cloak over you. And he's going to he's going to throw his cloak over you in a gesture with his arm.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's kind of walking with his arm around you.
Mm-hmm.
And he's used that to toss his cloak over you as well. So he's cloaked you and put an arm around you, and he's kind of walking you away.
Oh dear.
Pae'dor, you want to tell me what went wrong in there?
I think I just had my first kiss.
Pae'dor's hand is in their... Peter's face is in their hands. This sucks. This is the fucking worst. Stop laughing at me, Bog!
He laughs like that for no less than 5 minutes. This may be the funniest thing that's ever happened in his life.
I'm gonna kick your ass later so hard.
So by the time he's gotten his composure back, you've been able to reassume your quote-unquote normal form.
My normal human form, at least.
Yeah.
Pae'dor is just huddled down on the ground. I assume Bog's still fucking laughing.
He's tried to talk multiple times and he keeps laughing. Like he goes to talk and then he just loses it again.
I'll kick your ass.
He
I'll do
eventually
it.
Stops. He takes a drink of water, swallows it, puts the cap back on his water skin, looks straight up in the air, takes a deep breath and lets it out, looks back at you, and starts laughing again.
Of course he does. Alright, that's it. Pae'dor, launches at him and knocks him on the ground. So
Right,
they've
Combat
pretty much
maneuvers.
straddled him. Okay, well, they're gonna attempt to. 16.
You take him by surprise, and he tries to put up a decent resistance, but you got the drop on him. You very quickly wrestle him down.
Did I not say I was going to kick your ass?
Yeah, you did say you're gonna kick my ass, and you got me in a pretty good pin here, so...
Pae'dor just
Win.
leans forward to him. If you tell anyone about this, I will hurt you so bad.
I mean, do you really think I'm gonna be able to not tell the rest of the pack about this?
Then I'll
Pae'dor's
tell them
first-
information you don't want them to know.
Pae'dor's first kiss? Come on.
Pae'dor looks so embarrassed. Their face is so red. Red enough to where you can still see it in the night.
You didn't even say if it was any good.
Pae'dor still has him pinned down.
He's trying to stifle his own laughter, and he's just smiling up at you. He's like, so how was he?
I panicked right away. I couldn't even focus on it. It was terrible. I didn't want to lose my form in front of him.
Well, I mean, that's probably for the best, because, otherwise we would have a bit of a panic on our hands.
True. Thank you.
Hey, what's your best friend gonna do?
Still
Lynch
be a
you,
dick.
lynch? I mean, look, I'm not gonna let them lynch you, but I'm also not gonna let you live this down either. That's the difference between a friend and a best friend.
You're stupid.
Yeah, probably.
But I like that.
Mm-hmm.
You dumbass.
Can I get up now?
No.
You're just gonna straddle me?
Yes.
I already told you that you're gonna have to find someone else. I don't like you like that.
Pae'dor's eyes widen. That was... How dare you!
I mean, if you wanted to straddle me all night, I'm just saying you might want to find someone else, because...
Pae'dor just starts to get up, and their hands are just up in the air. I just wanted to punish you. Fuck you. You piece of shit.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm not into you that way.
Pae'dor just turns and rolls their eyes at him. The feeling is mutual, Bog.
Good.
I've already heard you moan plenty to other women anyways. I don't need to hear it again.
Look, we'll find you somebody.
I don't need anybody. Pae'dor looks away, embarrassed.
Your first kiss was that bad, huh?
I want to never talk about this ever again.
Oh, you haven't even told me the juicy details
I
yet.
feel
Come
violated.
on. Out with them. You were taking someone else's form. Come on. How can you feel violated?
Well, I'm glad that she didn't have to deal with that.
Well, how'd it go? What happened?
I don't know. He looked embarrassed and, what was it? He said he had to tell me something and for me to not freak out. Well, that's when I made the knock. And then, then he gave me lip contact. Ugh.
Bog will just nod. Okay. But it was enough that it knocked you out of your form, huh?
It surprised me.
It had no other effect. Just surprised. I mean, I've seen you surprised plenty of times, and I've never seen you knocked out of your form quite that fast before.
Pae'dor looks embarrassed.
Look,
Oh, you liked it.
They start looking like their hair is raising.
You liked it. Hee hee. Pae'dor liked getting kisses.
Bog, I swear to all the gods, I will kill you.
It will have been worth it.
Ugh, none of them will want you.
That's probably true.
The only
Shrugs.
people who want you is the pack.
Exactly. I know you want me.
Ugh,
Look, I
I'm-
told you.
done playing that game, Bog.
Fine. So, what do we do next?
I don't know. How am I supposed to face him?
I mean, he doesn't know it was you, right?
Yeah, but I know it was me.
Well, then you gotta play the role. Come on. It's the whole point. It's what you're good at.
Pae'dor looks really embarrassed. I thought pretending to be someone was going to be more funny. This is terrible.
I mean, you think he's gonna figure out it was you? I mean,
I don't know. Do most people have a smell like me?
no. Your smell's kind of unique.
Oh,
so, I don't know.
shit.
I don't know. You think he picked up on it or not?
I don't know. I smell everyone else.
Well, yeah, but none of us hate your freaky deaky nose.
They should.
Well, it's not like we have a choice.
Well, it wasn't a choice of mine either. I just learned.
So, what do we do now?
I pretend that nothing happened and never talk about it ever again, and hope that he does not smell me,
Okay.
and live with consequences that may or may not happen.
Well.
Oh well.
I guess that's the best we can hope for, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's either that or we get caught, so
Well, let's not get caught, shall we?
like usual, except for when things go bad because of you.
I don't remember being the one that had to be blown out of a house.
I got captured because of you.
You can't prove that.
I always bail you out. Everyone knows that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I bailed you out last time. Come on.
Pae'dor rolls their eyes and punches his shoulder. Come on, let's go get some night rest. Yes.
So the two of you return to the carriage, where you see Bernie laying on bunk that Moo was typically sleeping in.
Yeah.
And Moo is kind of like crouched next to him, like pouring a potion down his mouth. You can see that there's a makeshift bandage that's been placed around his head, and you can see that there are some bloodstains on the back of on the front of the carriage and the floor.
Pae'dor's eyes just go wide. Did
hi.
an animal attack?
No, I'm not sure what happened. I think someone attacked Bernie. I came back from my errand, and I found him on the ground, and he was bleeding in the head.
Pae'dor pops their head over to look at him.
He's unconscious.
Oh yeah, that looks like that fucking hurt.
Yeah, he should make a full recovery. I've given him some healing potions. Sorry, I haven't cleaned up the mess at all. Sorry.
Don't worry, blood doesn't bother me.
Well, that's good.
Do you need something to sleep on tonight? You can sleep on my pelt.
Oh, no, it's fine. I can sleep on the floor.
Yes, but sleep on my pelt on the floor.
Well, where are you going to sleep on?
On the floor.
Are you sure?
Pae'dor nods.
Okay, as long as it's not inconveniencing.
I've slept worse. It's true. Here.
Alright, so you turn over your pelt. Moo will sleep on that for the night, and Bernie will rest up throughout the evening.
So Pae'dor probably instinctively is curled close by to the pelt, just as that's their thing anyways. They don't intentionally do that, but it just happens while they're sleeping. And nobody was the wiser.
Alrighty. So you all sleep through the evening. The next morning, caravan. So you guys are going to be in Roscani now for a full 24 hours. Well, not quite. So till the following morning. So there's one more day in Roscani, and then you all are going to be traveling south towards Capriana. So that is the dawn of this point, and where I will probably call it.
Oh boy.
Was not expecting that.
Bunch of two hoodlums.
Yeah, was not expecting that little turn of events.
Making mischief.
So, the question I have is, who are you going to be playing next time?
Alright.
So roll
Whatcha?
a d6 or
A 1.
d. All right. Well, I have a hint for you.
Okay.
So ready for the hint?
I am.
All right. You are probably more than a little annoyed right now.
Pringle.
Hell yeah.
Because Moo is in a great... Well...
Moo's pretty annoyed too.
Moo's in an awkward situation.
Yeah, Moo just wants to read the damn book.
And everyone keeps bothering them! But pure annoyance sounds very much so my little Pringle.
You little Pringle.
I gotta get into this fucking voice.
Alright.
Alright.
Gotta put on your McConaughey real quick.
The what?
You gotta slip on your McConaughey. What?
What article of clothing is that?
It's your McConaughey. You gotta slip him on. You just said alright. I know you're making a McConaughey reference.
That's just what we used to say at the jewelry store. Who's McConaughey?
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey's an actor.
Matthew. Oh, does that sound familiar? I'm gonna pretend it sounds familiar.
Oh my god. It's fantastic. So it sounds like people at a previous job of yours were making a Matthew McConaughey reference that you did not get. That's wonderful.
Look. Fuck you. I'm just gonna be little Pringle, and we're gonna have lots of fun. Oh, sugar.
Here, right as rain.
Just right as rain. Alright, let's go.
Okay, well, you are in the town of Zareth. You recently arrived via broken caravan.
Yeah.
With your friend, and I believe you've been calling him Paw.
Yeah.
Lars.
Oh, he is my friend. Such a good friend.
Mm-hmm. So, he got a bit shook on his last journey. And
it was not my fault.
You have recently rescued him from certain death and being eaten by ogres. And now he is here in Zareth. And the last thing that happened is that Pringle just had a conversation with a couple of chucklefucks who wanted shit from you. Because Lars, insisted on paying them for help.
Disgusting.
So the last thing that happened is that those two left. Or rather, you, I think, took Lars and got out of there.
Yeah, he was tired, and I just wanted to make sure he had some good sleep that night. Mm-hmm.
So, you end up walking up to the third floor of the establishment, and Lars opens up the door to this room and steps in, takes a deep breath, and sits down on the bed and confesses that he doesn't really know what he's going to do. He lost a lot of good people.
Gosh, Pa, I'm so sorry. I tried my best to take care of everyone the best I could.
Oh, you did far more than I could have ever asked.
I should have been able to do more. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I owe you so much. You came out of nowhere, and you've been such an incredible part of my life in so little time.
Oh, shucks. It's true, though. You've been a big part of mine, too, Pa. I hope you know that.
I know I insisted on giving the other two the gold for their assistance, and I do intend on awarding you as well.
Oh, you don't have to worry about me. Like I said, I'm in it for the journey.
I'd like to give you something else, though, not just gold.
Pringle tilts her head.
I'm getting on in years, and I've been looking for someone worthy of inheriting all this when I'm gone.
Oh, really?
Yes, I never had much luck with a family.
You're yanking my chain, aren't you?
No, I'm being very serious. I
Really?
Really. He kind of looks up at you and holds a hand out.
Pringle will take it?
I think I would like you to inherit Caravan.
Gosh, I don't know what to say. What exactly does that all entail?
Well, you would own all of the assets upon my passing. The caravans that go between, many of the cities of Pae'dor. I have quite a few at this point.
Do
They would need to be managed, of course, but I have a decent operation set up already that mostly runs itself these days.
Gosh, Pa, I don't know what to say. Thank you.
He gives your hand a squeeze and says, "You don't need to say anything. You've done right by me, and this is what you've earned."
Damn, Pringle, you were with this guy for what, a week?
You also saved his life.
Yeah, but Pringle, she is talented.
Mm-hmm. It's a high charisma character. Eh.
I mean, above average charisma character.
Yeah, above average
She's
charisma
got
character.
the
That's true.
Strength.
Well, you said I didn't have to say anything, but I will do anything for you, Pa.
He gives the top of your hand a kiss and says that he's very tired and he'd like to get some sleep tonight.
Of course. Is there anything I can help you with to help you sleep easier tonight?
I'm not sure. What did you mean?
Oh, I don't know. I could help, fold your clothes for the morning or get you some water, whatever you need.
Oh, that would be very nice. Thank you.
Of course.
So,
yeah, he's gonna lean back in the bed and put some covers over himself and try to unwind, just try to kind of fade out, leave you in the room.
how late is it?
It's probably 11:30.
Okay. Alright, Pringle will take care of, prepping his clothes for the morning, getting him some water for his bedside table, making sure he's tucked in properly, because we don't want him catching a cold here. That would just be inappropriate. So, they're also watching because, they're trying to figure out where he's putting his fucking key, if he's just keeping it on right now.
He does not remove it. He appears to sleep with it around his neck.
Alright. Annoying, but a good thing I didn't enact on it right away. Oh. So get that all done, and then Pringle... I assume this is a 2-bedroom?
It was actually, I think it's probably just 2 beds in the same room.
Yeah, a 2-bedroom.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was one word, 2-bedroom.
Okay. So after Pringle has him all taken care of, she'll go to bed, get all ready, take off her makeup. Gotta reapply it in the morning, of course, but gotta make sure your skin stays young and healthy. And we'll get into her little nightie, and they'll go up under the covers.
I didn't realize Pringle had a little nightie.
She is very cute. Of course she would. She folds her hands together and says, "I love you, Mephistopheles." Okay, good night. "I love you, Mephistopheles." Okay, good night. And she'll continue her normal bedtime ritual, falling asleep to her own prayers. And that's it for the evening, because it was kind of late.
Okay, cool. In that case, Pringle is going to wake up the next morning, and it appears that Lars is still snoring softly.
Gosh, if I look outside, how early does it look?
Oh, the sun's up, but just barely.
Just barely, okay.
So it might be 7.
Alright. So Pringle will get to getting ready in the morning, because that takes her quite a while normally. So getting all cinched up with her corset, because who the fuck would sleep in a corset?
Yeah, not Pringle.
No, that's bad for your bones. Gotta make sure you're agile, and you look good.
Can't mess up your dexterity stat.
Pringle is gonna get corset on, start putting on her makeup, brush her hair, put it up in her Yankee-style ponytail like she normally has it. Make sure she's all ready for the day. And then she's gonna quietly sit by the window if there's a chair by it.
Yeah, you can set a chair by the window, that's fine.
And she's just gonna look out at the sunrise and internally pray to Mephistopheles.
Okay. So you're gonna wait for Lars to awake?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. In that case, he will eventually rise at about, let's say, 7:30 to 7:45, and so probably right around the time that you sit down to look out the sun and watch the sun, he kind of stretches and wakes up, rubs his eyes, does his normal routine, bids you a good morning.
Good morning, Pa.
And he's going to do his best to get ready, and maybe you don't. Make a perception check.
Okay. Let's see, because Pringle's super good at that. Oh, 21.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. What you've noticed is that he appears to be moving a bit slower than normal because he seems like something is weighing heavily on him.
Pa, did you get hurt the other day?
Not a physical wound, my dear. I don't know how much longer I can keep up this kind of work and see good people die.
Pringle kind of gets up and goes to his side and puts a hand on his shoulder. Pa, you don't have to do anything you don't want to.
Well, I have a business to run. As much as I've put people in place to run it, it won't completely run itself, so I can't. I have to keep going.
Pa, is there anything I can do to take this weight off your shoulders? Please?
I appreciate the sentiment, my dear, but I don't know how much you know about the ins and outs of running a caravan. I don't think I can simply put you in charge of this branch just yet.
Pringle looks down sadly.
Do you think you could?
I'm not sure, but I don't want to see what it's doing to you right now. And I'd do anything to help you to ease any of your worries or pains. You deserve to be happy too, Pa.
Well, just having you in my life is making me happy. He's gonna, pat your shoulder.
Pringle's gonna hug him.
He gives you a hug back.
Okay.
You really helped me.
I can do more.
Look. And Pringle will take her tail and start to grab the glass of water from his bedside and hold it up to him.
See? You need to hydrate after you wake up.
Thank you. He takes it from you and takes a sip of the water.
You're welcome.
Can I see the key around his neck?
You can see the chain around his neck that dips down below the line of his shirt. Yes.
Hey, Pa.
Yes, my dear?
What's that on your neck? I don't think I ever seen it before.
Oh.
Or maybe I'm not very perceptive.
He puts a hand to the line of his shirt and says, "Oh, this. It's just a key I wear. It's the key to the safe that I keep back in."
You have a safe?
You can
Sorry,
say that.
I suppose that was a silly question. I should know better.
It's where I keep. Well, it's where I've kept the profits of my company for many years. It's more of a safe room than a safe. It's grown quite large.
Safe room?
Mm-hmm.
Like it protects you from things?
Well, sort of. It's a room constructed of iron with a great big door. And this key is part of the only way to get in. So.
Part of?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a secret password, Pa?
Something like that. I'll show it to you all in good time.
Alright, sounds good to me. That tail's twitching a little bit.
But it's back in the Holy City.
Oh!
Where the business is based.
Gosh, that's where we met.
Yes. I don't often stay there, but it is the place I chose to keep the company's coffers.
Well, I think the Holy City is a lovely place, so I'm glad it's there. Pa, are we in this town for very long?
Well, I'm afraid we may be here for longer than expected. I'm going to have to find new employees. I'm going to have to purchase new wagons and materials.
Gosh.
So it may take some time to get everything put back together.
Well, I understand, and you let me know if I can do anything. I will be there for you.
I appreciate that.
I was always also wondering if it wouldn't be a problem if I maybe took a walk once in a while. I haven't really been to this city very much, or ever, and I just kind of was curious what was around.
My dear, you are of course free to do as you will. Myself and the other employees will be around. He explains where he's going to be, which is roughly in the northeastern part of town.
Okay.
Where he has the other people working on basically finding new people and finding new materials. So he's got set up in a merchant area.
Gotcha.
So him and his folks are going to be over there getting set up to, continue the journey. with what resources they have left. So he'll meet you there when you're ready. But he says it will take him some time to get everything sorted. But of course, in the meantime, you're welcome to explore the city and do as you will. But if you do wish to learn the ins and outs of the trade, I'll be there as well to teach you.
Well, maybe just a quick walk today, but I definitely want to be there for you every minute, Pa.
Oh, my dear. He gives you another hug.
Pringle hugs him back.
So he is going.
Far the niceties can go.
Say what?
There's only so far these niceties can go.
Oh yeah. Is Pringle just ready to eviscerate this guy and take his stuff?
Not eviscerate him, just being nice. This is very tiring for Pringle.
So he's going to get his stuff together and he is going to head off and do his thing. You're welcome to go with him, or you're welcome to do anything else.
Well, I'd actually like to walk around and maybe... Well, I know Mephistopheles sent me to this town for a reason, so I'm obviously looking for some sort of organization that are, heretics and traitors.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to kind of sweetly work around and ask people about any strange religious happenstances, per se.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I do that?
Yeah, of course.
Do I need to do a roll?
That would be a diplomacy check to gather information.
Ooh, 14?
Okay. So you search around and you talk to people and you listen, and about the only thing that you're able to find with that roll is that the big thing going on is that the circus is in town.
Well, I don't care about no fucking circus. So, day 1, not doing the greatest, but oh well. So, in frustration, day 1, Pringle's not interested in the circus, really, so she'll go and learn the ins and outs of trade so she can get this stupid key. And apparently a password of some kind, which he said I'll learn eventually, but how about today? So Pringle's gonna go after she walks through trying to gather information. She's like, whatever, I've who knows how many days here. I'll keep trying.
Okay.
So she'll go to the little caravan, see if she can help out Lars.
Alrighty. Cool. In that case, he is going to spend the majority of the day working on trying to find employees, making deals, trading, and buying new equipment for the caravan, like wagons and work animals for it. So, you spend the day with him. I'd like you to make a wisdom check.
I can do that. That's when I'm 10.
Yeah. So you were reasoning. Yeah, that was for a check. That's good.
Okay.
That's a stat check, so that's fine. You do a pretty reasonable job, and you assist around his caravan company, and he's quite impressed by your eagerness and ability to understand things quickly.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm sure I could be a little bit faster.
Oh, all in good time. All in good time. So,
is it bad if I really just want to be good at it right away?
That's the impatience of youth.
Well, I am quite young, for the most part. Ish.
So, he is going to do the full day's worth of work. When that's all wrapped up, he calls it a night, and pretty much a similar scene will take place as did the previous night, except he's getting to bed a bit earlier than the previous night.
Gotcha. So Pringle will be there for him, help him into bed and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But Pringle's gonna go out for a walk tonight.
Okay. So you head out, it's about 10 o'clock at night.
Okay.
The streets are still a bustle. And
of course, there's circuses in town. Ooh.
Who knows for how much longer?
Don't know. But I'm gonna go around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to keep my eyes and ears open, see if there's anything suspicious. I have to do something for Mephistopheles. And, the last time I was hoping for a sign, I was standing in the middle of the street, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll get another sign.
So, Pringle just kind of finds, like, an open-ish area and just starts to pray to Mephistopheles and go, alright, I know I already asked for a sign before, and you gave it to me, which I'm forever blessed, but I would really appreciate it if I could have a sign towards who I'm supposed to take care of in the city while I'm here. I want to make sure I do your work right, and I want to make sure I do it as soon as possible. So if you could just send me a hint or a sign, that would be really great. I love you. I love you very much. After Pringle's done praying, they open one eye and kind of look around.
Alright, you kind of look around, and the streets are not deserted, but they're not crowded either. It's relatively busy out, but it's not crazy. And you hear some people talking. Make a perception check, please.
Okay. Oh boy.
Alright, a 10. Yeah.
Another one?
Yeah.
I've had
Okay.
7s in a row.
Mm-hmm. Triple sevens is good luck, right? So you listen and you stand there for a while, and you don't really hear anything of interest, and you're kind of starting to give up a little bit. Not that you're losing faith in Mephistopheles, of course.
Oh, of course not. That would be ridiculous.
No, but that you think maybe you've done something incorrect, maybe.
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe you prayed wrong, or maybe you're not standing in the right spot in the right way, so you're kind of like readjusting and trying to like get in the right pose to pray properly. And
Should I grovel?
You're just kind of
Maybe
like
I should be groveling.
floundering a little bit in the street, and you hear two people as they walk by say, "Hey, is that one of the performers? Kind of looks like her." Maybe. No, it's not. And then they continue walking.
Another tiefling? I don't think Pringle's ever met another tiefling. Oh my god! There's a small spark, but Mephistopheles works in mysterious ways. That was probably my sign. So I need to go find a tiefling performer. So, Pringle kind of rushes off to the circus area and starts looking around for anyone with a tail or horns or maybe even hooves. Who knows? Maybe they got lucky.
They got lucky.
This is how Pringle sees it.
Of course.
She walks around on her tiptoes all the time so that she can emphasize hooves.
She can act like maybe she'd have hooves someday.
Yeah.
Is that something that she would want?
She just does it because of her lord.
Right.
I don't know if she actually wants it or not.
Okay, I didn't know if it was something that Pringle's, like, had aspirations.
Pringle's quite happy with how she is.
That's what I thought, too. I just wasn't... Because I had never heard you describe
She
it.
just kind of walks around like that to be like, well, he walks like that, I walk like that. Simple.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Everything for my lord. So, yeah, I have gone to the circus.
Okay, so it is about 11 o'clock at night, and most of the circus is closed. It's a daytime affair for the most part. So the only thing that's kind of left is there are some rowdier crowds where there seems to be a lot of people drinking and carousing about. But the the big tent and a lot of the smaller tents appear to be closed.
Yeah, just because they're closed doesn't mean they're locked.
That's true. You want to go snooping?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. So you look around, and in the central square you find a bunch of different tents and booths and things. The majority of them at this point have like canvas over, like the booths at least have canvas over them to lock them for the night.
Okay.
And then the smaller tents have just been tied shut. You find a couple out in the central area that are like, one appears to be like a sideshow, one appears to be like a fortune teller, one appears like it seems to be just like a smattering of little things. And then there's the big tent, which is like this enormous canvas job that has like multiple circles in it. But
okay.
The tent flaps have been lowered for the night and it's tied shut.
The
people out in the central square of town are pretty much just like standing around fires, like bonfires that have been built.
Yeah.
And they're drinking and carousing.
All right. Okay.
You think it might be like, it's possible that these are locals, but it's also possible that these are circus workers off duty.
Okay. I'll approach. Just kind of shimmy up there, pretending I'm there for the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of walk over, unsuspicious, almost a skip portion, and just stand by the fire for a moment. And Pringle's gonna slowly kind of glance over at each of these people.
Okay. You see some people that look really burly. You see people that look really scrawny. Like there's no normal people here. As weird as that sounds, everybody's kind of an extreme one way or the other in something.
Okay.
So you get the sense that these are probably all circus performers that have all honed their art. So, do you want to try to approach anyone in particular, or do you?
Does anyone have a tail?
No one that you see here has a tail. No.
No horns?
No horns.
Alright. I will approach whoever looks like they'd really be endearing towards a female. Does that make sense?
You're looking for the straightest person there?
Probably. Pringle's gonna kind of walk up. Good evening.
Okay. You see a guy that has a great big mustache, and he has, like, very large rippling muscles.
Alright.
And he looks over at you and goes, "Ah, hello there."
How are you doing today, sir?
"Ah, doing quite well. Quite well. What are you doing?"
I don't really know. I just felt like I had to come out here for some reason, so here I am. And then I met you. Ta-da!
That's a strange chain of events, but what can I do for you?
Well,
Boy, this guy's accent is drifting like shit.
well, I kind of may have heard that there was someone kind of like me here, and I've never really met anyone like me, so I kind of wanted to see if I could meet them.
Big fluttering eyes.
Big fluttering eyes. Alright, make a diplomacy check, please.
Come on, Pringle. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
That is what we call... That is what we call in this business a whammy.
I want to die. It's a net one.
That is a whammy indeed. Okay, so
I want to die.
so this guy looks at you and he says that he's not sure what exactly you mean by that, but we take care of our own here.
Really, Pringle? I miss Pae'dor. Their rolls are amazing.
Pae'dor rolls great on everything. Pae'dor's a perfect little muffin top.
Oh, they really are. Okay. Alright.
Not like you, Pringle. You're like a stale bagel.
How dare you say that about Pringle? You take that back.
I take it back.
Pringle's a fucking Pringle.
Pringle is a Pringle, yeah. Crunchy and always the same shape.
Once you pop, you just can't stop. That's Pringle. Okay. Alright, Pringle immediately is like, fuck. That didn't work.
Well, when I say one of my kind, I mean like with the horns and the tail and the cute face.
Perhaps hoofs?
Alright, so this guy is going to ask what you need with this person and why you're seeking them out.
Oh, really? I just want to meet them.
Yeah, he doesn't trust you. He's definitely suspicious of you, and he's going to ask to be left to his drink.
Of course, sir. I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Pringle slowly turns. Their tails twitching, but they're smiling. She's smiling.
Keep together, Pringle. You can't help Mephistopheles. If you get upset, you gotta stay calm. Okay, now what in the world can you do to find another Teifling in a Bagel City? I mean, obviously they're somehow in the circus, and that is the sign that I was given. So I just gotta skip around a little. Schmooze other people. That's all you gotta do. Maybe I should come here during the day. With money.
We'll try just a little bit longer, then go to bed. So Pringle kind of scout around a little bit more, happily saying hello to anyone who passes them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, a couple people kind of like either nod in hello or give you like a greeting back, but it appears that a lot of these circus folks are insular, and like they just kind of want to hang out with their own friends and family.
Got it.
And very few of them seem interested in having any kind of conversation with an outsider. So, is there anything else you would like to do in the square with the circus? Because there's, so that was the bonfires with all the people around them. There's also a couple abandoned tents. There's the big tent, and then there's the small side tents.
I'll just kind of poke my head into the tents, maybe.
Okay. Which
Pretend
ones?
I get lost, maybe. I'll check the big one first, because that's an easier one to be like, oh, didn't realize it was closed.
Okay. You poke your head into the big tent, and you see this large space inside with these huge rings on the ground made of wood, and it stands empty currently. There's even little bleacher seats along the back that have been erected. It's all kind of ominous in the night when there's no one in here.
Spooky.
A little bit. Not for Pringle. Pringle's the scariest thing there right now.
I don't know what you're talking about, darling. Anyways, alright, I'll poke my head into a couple other tents first before heading home for the night.
Okay.
Might have to visit here in the morning. Fuck.
Okay. You poke your head into another tent, and you see that it has, cages set up in it, but all the cages are currently empty.
Okay.
And then the other one you poke your head into, there is a small table set up with a crystal orb sitting on it. It's faintly glowing purple. And
Purple?
it's faintly glowing purple, and there's a person sitting on the other side of the table, running a finger, like one finger over the glass orb. It took you long enough.
I'm sorry, I must be in the wrong tent.
No. You are in the right place.
Alright. Pringle slowly walk in. Just in her head is like, is this a sign? Mephistopheles? Sorry for interrupting. Did you just say that it took me long enough?
Mm-hmm. I've been expecting you for some time.
Pringle just kind of looks around. Do you know who I am?
Something like that. I see things in the future and the past. Did you read the sign outside? I mean, it's fairly obvious what I do.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't read it. I am personally goal-oriented, and sometimes I do not take a second to smell the roses, so I apologize on my behalf. Mister?
So it's the same fortune teller from before. I just don't recall her name because I did not write it down in my notes in here.
The one that Lavi talked to.
Correct. The one that Lavi and Jup had their fortunes read by. So she introduces herself to Pringle and says that she has traveled with this circus for many years and is their resident master of the mystical arts of truth-telling.
That's real convenient. So you could tell if I was telling a lie?
Not exactly in the same way that you think I could, but
alright.
I can see the results of actions, but that's not really my specialty either.
Then what is your specialty?
Love.
Pringle's eyes just kind of get big and they have a doofy smile. Really?
Mm-hmm. And I'd like you to know that of all the peoples who I have looked over, few of them have quite as much love in them as you do.
Well, I mean, I only really love one person, but...
Oh, well, I know.
Okay. Pringle's now a bit of a bashful, giggling mess.
Oh, I know. I can see it, and it's a lot.
Thank you.
Well,
Does he love me back? Well, what am I saying? Of course he does.
Surprised you would even doubt it. I mean, I can feel it from here. It's quite a bit.
You know, once in a while you feel like you're going down the wrong path, so you get a little nervous, but I do know my Lord and Savior loves me. You know, you worship any gods?
I used to.
Ever hear of Mephistopheles?
She nods. Yeah, I have. It's interesting to meet you.
You said you were expecting me, so...
Mm-hmm. I wasn't quite sure what to expect in the flesh. So, would you like me to tell you your fortune?
Yes.
Have a seat.
Pringle goes and sits down. Well, What you see is, I'm really looking for a sign from my Lord and Savior, and I thought that I was looking for another tiefling because I heard someone talking that maybe I look like a performer. So I was thinking maybe someone looked like me. But really what I'm kind of looking for is like heretics in this city. And if you have any clues on that, that would be really great because you are a fortune teller, right?
Mm-hmm. And I don't really have any leads on these heretics you're looking for, but I can tell you that there is another tiefling in the circus.
Can I meet them? Do you know if I can meet them? Could you introduce me to them, please?
I can tell you where they're going to be. I think that's
That
good.
works.
That's probably enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
What, are you, like, unable to leave this tent or something? Or are you stuck in that... I'm so sorry, that was rude.
no, I was waiting on you, actually.
You were just waiting to tell me where the other tiefling is, or...
That, I knew I was supposed to have a conversation with you today. It's one of the things that was revealed to me. So I stuck around to have the conversation. Now, what it is and what you get out of it, that's anyone's guess. But all I know is I was supposed to be here so that we could talk.
Is there more we're supposed to talk about, or...
Well, I'm here to tell you that there is a lot of love in your future.
Pringle smiles.
There's also a fair amount of loss as well. And I'm sure you already know this and don't need me to tell you, but death follows pretty closely behind you.
Oh, yeah. Smiling. It's been a while since I've been able to just talk, though, so that's pleasant. Thank you, fortune teller person, lady.
Well, there's a lot in this world that may be at stake. I just want to make sure that you're on the right side.
I'm on the side of my Lord and Savior.
The fortune teller nods. Of course you are.
Pringle gulps nervously, actually. When you say right side, was that a threat?
Not at all. I'm not here to threaten you.
Alright, right. Yeah, because I don't really take well to threats, so it's a good thing you didn't.
Well, if you come back tomorrow, go to the other small tent, and you will meet who you're looking for.
You got it. Thank you for your help.
Do you have any other questions for me before you go?
Do you know if I'll be able to get a key and perhaps a password in the closer future instead of farther away future?
I'm afraid that's not how it works.
Alright, tell me how I'm supposed to ask these questions.
I can see that you will meet with success in your life, but the specifics are up to you.
I'll take it. Alright, well, that's it.
It was good talking with you.
It was good talking to you too, miss. I'm a head to bed now. You just... Thanks for waiting on me, I guess.
The fortune teller nods.
Pringle uncomfortably leaves. Fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
Goes back to... What was it? The bitter drink to sleep again.
Alright. You sleep for the rest of the night, and you wake up on the next day, around the same time, just after sunup.
Alright, Pringle's gonna get up.
Lars wakes up
ready?
about the same time as you do this day, since he's gotten
No,
a bit
he went to
more
bed
sleep.
earlier.
Yeah, so he went to bed at his normal time, so he gets up at his normal time.
Lars, did you know that there's a carnival or a circus in town?
A place for fools to go and spend their money on empty, hollow entertainments and booze. Oh, would you like to go to it?
Well, I was just wondering if you wanted me to grab you anything from there, since I...
Oh, my dear, no. You are young, and I'm sure you would be entertained by the performances they have there.
I'm sorry.
No. Consider this a day off. You helped so much yesterday.
Well, I don't think the entire day should be off. I will come by at some point.
He puts a hand on your cheek and says, No, I'll have nothing of it. This is a day for you.
Pringle looks up at him and smiles. All right. But only 'cause you asked.
He gives you a smile and goes about his business.
All right, Pringle's gonna finish hurrying up and then, skedaddle off to the circus.
Right.
They've got a goal in mind and they've got to do it.
Okay, you get there pretty early. You get there around 8 o'clock, so it's still mostly just getting set up for the day. The tents are being reopened. The workers themselves are moving into places where they need to be, and you find yourself now back in the center of town, and there's much more people here than there were last night. There's a fair crowd already.
Okay. So Pringle's going to... okay, Pringle doesn't really blend in. Pringle's going to be super nice to everyone, like normal.
Mm-hmm.
Say hi. And it doesn't matter if they're circus people or just normal people. Pringle's pretty friendly outwardly. So Pringle's gonna hang around, or if they see anyone, like, drop anything, they'll pick it up really quick. They'll be the sweetest person in town by the end of the day, probably. But she's watching and waiting until they seem like they're ready for people to come in. And then she's heading for the tent that the fortune teller directed her to.
Okay. So you head up to the tent. There's a sign outside that says The Grand Freak Show.
Okay. I go in.
Alright, you pop in and you see that there are, like, different cages in this tent. Each one has, like, a stool or someplace to sit. And there are a number of people that are, milling in and taking their respective seats. As you kind of, like, push in, the person, the attendant running it, asks you for the money to come in. It's 5 coppers to enter.
Oh, shoot, sugar, I'm so sorry. Here you go. Pringle will pull out some for the person.
Okay. As you do that, you pay, and they let you into the room, and you can see some of the people that are getting set up. One of them appears to be a woman with a large beard, because of course.
Yeah, I mean, what circus doesn't have a bearded lady?
Right? I mean, it's like a staple, right?
I mean, I've never been to a circus, so I don't know.
There is a person that has, like, an extra arm on one side. There is a person that was born with no eyes. And then in, like, the final cage is a person who is sitting on a stool, reading a book, and holding the book with her tail.
Alright, Pringle's beelining it.
So you approach and you see what appears to be a young woman with, like, dark red skin and, like, black markings. She's sitting in a chair and she's holding a small book with her tail as she's reading it, with her head is kind of propped into her hands. So she's leaning on her elbows and she's holding the book with a long red prehensile tail with a tuft of black fur at the end, or black hair at the end.
She even has a fuzzy tail too? Sorry, I was really excited. Oh. It's cool to have, like, another tiefling, though, that has, like, the fuzzy tail end. Because usually I see, like, pointed ends or monkey tail, but it's not furry.
Disgusting. So anyway, you step into the room, and she, like, looks up from the book and, like, excitedly throws it to the side with her tail, jumps up, opens the cage, and steps out immediately and goes, "Ah, you're like me!"
You're like me! And Pringle will go up to her. Hi there, my name's Pringle.
My name's Presley, but most people just call me Lee.
Hey Lee, nice to meet you. Pringle will hold out her hand.
Presley will step forward and shake it vigorously. Huh. So, what brings you here? Are you here to gawk at us?
Would you think it's weird if I said I came here for you?
Make a diplomacy check.
Oh no! Because I did so good. Oh, okay, it's a 20.
She kind of shoots you she kind of gives you a look up and down and smiles a little bit, and she says, "I don't think that'd be weird."
Wonderful. Because I'm here for you. I heard there was someone like me.
Oddly blushes a little bit when you say that. I'm nothing special here. I'm just how I was born.
Pringle kind of takes her other hand and clasps the hand of Presley. Well, I think you're very special if you're like me. But Pringle's already noticed the blush, so the natural actions are coming.
Well, I know you're probably about to start a show, but if you have time at some point to talk to me...
Oh, no, I'm taking the day off.
Oh!
She looks over at the attendant and says, yep, I'm out today.
Well, perchance could I offer you a drink of some kind and perhaps your company to attend with me?
She puts her tail on your back as if it's an arm, and she's like,
yeah,
let's go for a walk.
All right. Pringle just turns and happily tiptoes away with Presley. Oh my god.
So, Pringle.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna sound weird. Did you know your parents?
Gosh, no, I didn't. I kind of grew up on the streets when I was little.
Yeah, me too.
I'm so sorry. It's not an easy life, and I'm sure you know that.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty lucky, though. I got found pretty early by the circus, and, well, I mean, it's a pretty easy life that I've got now. Just sit in a tent most of the day and get to, read books and learn things, and they don't really ask much of me. What do you do?
Well, I was a part of a religious organization for a while. They took me in a couple of years ago. Several or two. And,
Well, I hope you weren't on the streets for too long.
Pringle's face kind of gets more neutral. Life happens. But it was a blessing that I was found by those people, so it's no burden on my back.
Well, that's good to hear.
But I have been sent here on a journey, and as I keep receiving signs, I believe you are my sign personally for my next step.
I'm a step on your journey?
I'm so sorry, that doesn't sound quite right. Step, grace? Yeah, like a blessing. You're my next blessing.
Okay. And what does that mean?
Well, I'm not actually quite sure, but I know I had to find you.
Here I am.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew there were more of us, but I had never really met one.
Same. I've always wanted to meet someone like me, but, people kind of get scared of you or other things.
Yeah, the folks here at the circus have always been nice, though.
That's wonderful. I'm really glad they're so sweet to you.
I mean, I know that I've had plenty of people in different towns see me and, well, start to say prayers and double over in fear, and some people just faint when they see me.
I mean, it's probably because you're so beautiful.
She kind of chokes on the words she was about to say. Make another diplomacy check.
Okay. 18.
Thank you. Not many people think that, to be honest.
Well, they're idiots, so.
So
I'm sorry, that's probably rude.
So on further inspection of her up close, you can see that her horns aren't really even. One of them isn't it's kind of is lower and more gnarled than the other one. She doesn't really have the graceful sort of otherworldly beauty that sometimes can happen in tieflings. She's much more rough looking as far as her particular blend of outsider blood. Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah, she also has
every diamond starts as a raw stone.
She has yellow eyes that have vertical slits, almost like a cat or a snake.
Oh, interesting. You mean vertical pupils?
Yeah, vertical pupils.
Gotcha. I thought you meant that the eyelids like a lizard.
Oh no, they don't. No, she doesn't blink sideways. No, the eyes work normally. They just have. She has vertical pupils.
Gotcha.
Like a serpent or a cat.
Meow. Snake eyes. Okay.
That's awfully nice of you to say, but I don't really deserve it.
Why not? Why do you think that?
She kind of she holds the end of her tail in her hands. I just don't. I mean, I'm not. She kind of shrugs and isn't really able to finish the sentence.
Pringle dismissively, like, takes their tail and flicks, like, a little bit of the fluff near her nose. Now. No need to worry about such things. My opinions are my opinions, and I know they don't perchance exactly match up with everyone's, but they're still valid nonetheless. Pringle's smiling up at... I assume this girl's taller than Pringle, because most people are taller than Pringle.
Yeah, she's a little taller than you. She's probably like 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah. It feels like a big difference when you're short.
Mm-hmm. So she's mostly curious about where you've come from, like your life. She'll ask you all kinds of questions about where you're from, anything you remember about your early childhood. Because
Pringle's gonna skip what people consider the bad parts. Because it tends to scare people.
Right.
It seems.
Presley's mostly just trying to figure out, like, where you came from, because she's trying to find others like herself, and she never really knew her parents either. And the earliest memory she has, she was in an orphanage, and then she was eventually picked up by people from the circus.
And Pringle will explain that she grew up in the Holy City. She was picked up eventually by a religious organization, kind of became the poster child, now is the only one left, maybe. Kind of slides that in really awkwardly.
Ooh. Presley will probably pick up on that and ask whatever you mean.
Well, Pringle kind of looks side to side. This is very purposeful.
There are these people who kind of don't like other religions sometimes. I don't really know what their deal is, but they kind of came in and ransacked the entire place, and, well, I'm the last one left of my organization as far as I know.
Oh, no,
at least there.
But they're your family. Oh, no.
Pringle nods and smiles.
She's gonna, like, hold your hand as you say this. That's awful.
Yeah. No one could really come with me in the end, so I've just been dealing with it. Kind of traveling here and there to find a new home, per se, or maybe, gosh, even a new family eventually. But I don't want to expect too much from the world, you know?
Heck, who knows? For all either of us know, we could be sisters.
I think I would enjoy your company no matter what. But I was kind of led to this town in a way. I was told the people that did that to my organization might be in this town, so been looking, but I'm not very good at finding, apparently. Well, other than you, my blessing, of course.
She's gonna nod and she's gonna say, you know, the more I think about it, that was kind of silly, because I'm red and you're yellow, and
do colors actually matter? I mean, it's not like I've ever met another one of me, so.
And she shrugs and says, and we don't really look anything alike, because I don't really look all that nice, and you're very beautiful.
Pringle will kind of lean forward a little. I am going to disagree with you again and say, in my opinion, it would be the reverse.
She bites a lip.
Yes. Hook, line, and sinker. Oh, Pringle.
She's kind of nervously playing with the end of her tail.
Well, didn't I say I was going to get you a drink?
Yeah, there's a couple places around here.
Come on, sugar. I'm gonna treat you.
She walks with you. So where do you take this young, impressionable tiefling?
How young?
I say young, even though she's probably older than you, actually.
I was gonna say, Pringle's pretty young as an adult.
Yeah, she's
what, 23?
23, yeah. She's probably a little older than you. But
doesn't mean that Pringle doesn't act older.
No. She's probably a couple years older than you. And she's seen quite a bit of the world being a traveling circus performer.
That's true. There's very different perspectives coming in for these two. But Pringle believes this person is their sign.
So where do you take this other tiefling?
Well, I would like to think that everyone's kind of working today, so it wouldn't be weird if I took her to the bitter drink, right?
No, not at all. Alright, so you get to the bitter drink. It is, at this point, mid-morning, maybe even possibly late morning, and you can get either an early lunch or a late breakfast, however you would want to consider it. Perhaps a brunch.
Brunch. Because Pringle a fancy bitch. We know it, they know it, everyone knows it. Pringle fancy AF. Maybe not as fancy as Yaculus, but neither of them will agree on this.
Yeah, it'll be a point of contention between the two of them forever.
Alright, so take her to the bitter drink. We're gonna have brunch.
Alright.
I don't know why I had to say it like that.
So you guys get there, and you sit down at a table, and I assume order some sort of food and drink.
Mm-hmm.
Presley looks really nervous on the other side of this little table, and says, "So I'm gonna ask something that sounds a little weird. If that's okay with you."
All right. I mean, I'm pretty weird myself, so ask away, darling.
So, did you notice anything different about yourself being the way you are?
Pringle thinks about it and kind of leans back and puts a hand on their chin, takes a deep breath in. Do you mean body parts?
She kind of her head turns to the side. What do you mean? She lifts up her tail and she's like, I mean, yeah, kind of.
Pringle looks embarrassed for a moment. An actual genuine embarrassed. Their tail starts to twitch. Never mind.
Did I say something wrong?
It's a bit personal if you're asking if there was something different about me.
Well, I mean, tiefling to tiefling. I just noticed that, as I got older, some things started to happen.
And Pringle kind of looks around so that there's no really peering eyes or ears at this point. Go on.
Well, I didn't know if these kinds of things were happening to you too. If it was something that happens to all of us, or if it was something that was even weirder that was just happening to me.
Pringle's not even sure what she's talking about.
So, I guess my question is there anything weird about you too?
I mean, I suppose other people would consider it weird, but it is simply me, and I accept my body for what it is. Nervous gulp.
Good. Good. I mean, the first time it started happening, I almost burnt down a wagon.
What happened to... Are you just able to control fire? Or...
Not... I mean, control kind of implies that I can control it, right?
No, tell me more. I want to hear everything about you.
She gives you a smile. I want to hear everything about you, too.
Oh, you will, sweetheart.
Can I make a deal with you?
Sure. What do you want to make a deal of, sugar?
Well,
And if you want, I can also make a contract to make it even more sealed deal. That's for that.
I don't know if we need to make a contract, but I just wanted to... If I tell you what's weird about me, would you tell me what's weird about you?
Yes, but I would prefer it to be in a private room, if that makes sense.
Sure.
I just don't want any strangers getting the wrong idea about me. I'm still looking for a family, remember?
Yeah.
I want to scare them away right away.
Of course.
So tell me. Shoot, sugar.
Okay. So I first noticed it maybe 8 years ago or so.
Mm-hmm.
And I woke up one morning and I smelled smoke, and I had fallen asleep in a pile of hay the night before in one of the wagons, and it was smoking and burning, and I didn't know what had started. I thought that someone was playing a trick on me, and I got scared, and the next thing I know, the straw was completely on fire, and the whole wagon ended up catching, and luckily they were able to put it out before too much damage happened. And she kind of starts to look embarrassed. It wasn't a great day for me. She taps one of her horns. They said that they lit on fire, and it happens sometimes.
Fascinating. And is it only in your sleep, or?
No, it started that way, and then I thought, if this is something about me, then maybe this is something that I need to understand. And it started to happen more and more, and I kind of learned to control it a little bit, and, now I can, I just sort of have this energy in me, I guess.
Pringle's smiling.
Is that silly?
I don't believe so at all. I'll tell you a secret. I think you've been blessed by my lord, actually.
Really?
Pringle nods vigorously.
So, at this point, food and drinks have been laid upon your table. Presley begins to nervously drink.
I've ever heard of a sign from my lord. That sounds like one completely. Now, you can believe it if you want or not. That is totally up to you, as you are your own person. But gosh, it just sounds so crystal clear to me what that is. He appeared to me as fire when I first met him. And something like that just is a common symbol. Like, it has to be.
That's really great, I guess. What does it mean, though?
Well, maybe we're meant to spend some time together, or, I don't know, eventually journey or something, or at least be a part of each other's lives in some way.
She begins to nervously play with the end of her tail again. I mean, I've been with the circus for so long, though.
I'm not asking you to leave them, of course. I would never do that to you. I hope you understand that. Not unless you wanted to be. But Pringle just fucking shoots in other comments constantly. She's like, unless you want to. Whatever benefits me the most currently.
I think that it would be nice getting to know someone like me. And I mean, the circus, well, they'll always be there. It's not like I can't just, go back if I wanted to.
Pringle nods and holds out a hand. I can be a part of your family too. I can be whatever you want me to be, really.
She blushes and takes your hand. I think I'd like that.
Pringle grasps it and gently rubs the top of her hand with her thumb.
Back to the lip bite.
I promise you, it's going to be an exciting journey.
So, she picks up her drink and starts drinking nervously again. A little bit too much, probably. A little too fast.
Pringle probably has only been picking at the food and has barely drank. Finally, they use their tail and pick up the drink and then sip, but still keeping very much so eyes on this other tiefling. Pringle's learned how the world's worked, and they're really good at doing it. Yep. I'll stand by those words.
Yeah. So, Lee is going to pick at the food a little bit and then ask, so you said you would show me what made you special?
Oh, I don't know if show would be a good idea, unless that's something you're into.
She looks
Pringle's
genuinely
blushing.
confused.
Would you go up to my room with me real quick?
She smiles and says, of course.
Alright. Pringle's leading her up there. It was like, she's gonna scream. She's gonna fucking scream.
You can see her tail is kind of flipping back and forth as she walks, as you like take her hand and walk her up the stairs. It's almost cat-like.
I see. So Pringle will open up her room door, check that Lars isn't in first.
No one in there but you.
Alright. Come on. Pringle will close the door behind Lee.
I've never been invited into someone's room before.
I don't really, Pringle's bashfully locking the door. Anyways, I don't know if you really want to see it per se, but, I kind of have two body parts in the same area that normally one person would only have one. So, I don't know if you understand the words I'm saying per se, or if I'm just talking out of my ass. You can tell me to stop at any moment.
I don't quite understand what you mean. I mean, I think I have, like, magic in me. And,
which sounds perfectly natural in my opinion.
If you say so. So, do you have something like that too?
Ooh, I do have a certain magic. It's a bit, uncontrollable sometimes, and if I'd use it, I'm afraid I might accidentally hurt you, to be honest. But I can use it. It's just very potent.
She blinks a few times. Oh, okay.
But
don't hurt me, I guess.
Oh, I promise not to. I can also do other things to you, like, Pringle starts thinking for a moment, but lets that sentence hold in the air just a little too long.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I can probably make you, like, a little dizzy just by touching you. I could charm you. I can read and detect magic. Pretty simple things. But the thing that I'm really, really good at, other than, making fire, I'm really good at putting energy into things and hurting them with that energy. It's been really good for defense.
I mean, it sounds like good, too. Here's what I can do. Promise not to get scared?
Not a lot of things scare me, but okay.
She closes her eyes, and her horns are going to start glowing with like an orange light,
Mm-hmm.
and they sort of erupt into flames.
Cool.
She opens her eyes, and her eyes are glowing with the same... They're, instead of just being yellow, now they're glowing yellow.
Pringle's smiling. You're beautiful.
Her mouth just opens, and the words that were there are gone now. No one's ever said that about me before. Certainly not like this.
Oh, I'm sorry, was that inappropriate?
No, I haven't really... She blinks a few times and her horns extinguish. She goes back to looking quote-unquote normal again.
More like nervous.
Yeah. And she's like, not a lot of people have ever shown me that kind of affection.
Well, sugar, your laugh's about to change with little old Pringle in your laugh.
She starts to blush, and she's going to take a step toward you. This is kind of embarrassing to say.
Uh-huh.
I mean, being in the circus and being the way that I am, I've never really been with anyone before.
Oh, I see. Are you asking me?
She has like if the color could drain from her face, it would. She looks like shocked and scared all at the same time. Like all the words and thoughts are just gone from her. Her mouth opens to speak and then closes again, and then opens to speak again, and then closes again.
Pringle gently walks forward, takes her hand, lifts it up, and holds it with her other hand. You don't have to say anything, and you don't have to do anything. Maybe I misunderstood and thought you were asking me. Please forgive me, I happen to be very blunt with my words, and it gets me into a bit of trouble.
No, your bluntness is nice. I think that you're nice.
Pringle is looking up at her, and Pringle knows the motions of the ocean. Pringle's done this a million times, knows how people works. So Pringle's just looking up at her and smiling, waiting for her to fully register what's happening and go through all her emotions that she needs to.
Mm-hmm. She kind of clears her throat. Is that something that you want?
Gosh, fuck, has anyone asked Pringle what they want like that before?
Probably not.
Even I'm surprised. Fuck. No, Pringle looks surprised at someone asking her if that's what she wants. Oh god. Because a player, I'm like, how do I answer this? Oh fuck. Oh shit.
Take your time.
Oh fuck. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. How do I respond? Oh no! I want a lot of things in this world, and maybe I'm just a selfish being, but I believe that you're a sign from the world for me, and that I'm meant to do great things with you.
Her head kind of tilts a little bit, and she says, "That's not a yes."
Oh shit, she's literally asking for consent from Pringle. Oh shit! Oh shit! Pringle's not designed for this kind of action!
This falls outside the parameters of Pringle.exe.
Yeah! Shit! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Fuck. My brain is racing! Okay, let's think about this in Pringleisms. Pringle believes this lady is a sign from their god, if their god wants them to do this, then definitely this is the most important thing they need to do at the moment, because this is their next step, for the next step, for the next step, for Mephistopheles. So then, yes, it has to be a yes. Okay.
Yes?
But only if that's okay with you. I feel as though maybe I've overstepped my boundaries, and I should just step on back and give you your space, maybe, because maybe I'm being silly, and Pringle's just slowly dropping their hands and backing away, and their tail is twitching all over the place, and their face is bright red.
Oh, I didn't mean to embarrass you or bother you.
You're not bothering me. I've never had anyone ask me if that's what I wanted, and I believe I'm a bit surprised and unsure how to act. That's all. So I'm just gonna exist.
But you said that you've done this before, right?
Pringle nods.
No one ever asked you?
Slowly a hand goes over Pringle's mouth, and they start to turn a little. Only their peripheral, their side, is showing to Presley currently.
Mm-hmm.
No one's ever asked me.
So at that, Presley is going to take a step forward. She's going to wrap her tail like around you and pull you into a hug, and you can see she's already crying.
Shit. Pringle doesn't know what to do! Did you actually make a foil for my character? Beardy? Someone who would show Pringle, like, human decency without without wanting anything from Pringle? Fuck!
Baby?
Fuck! Oh, shit.
So, like I said, she pulls you into a hug, and you see that she's got tears in her eyes, and she just whispers into your ear that she's so sorry.
Pringle's hands are shaking. I assume when Pringle got pulled into the hug, their hands are kind of up, closer to their face.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Pringle doesn't know what to do. Pringle stopped working. There's just a dial tone. Everything they've calculated in their life currently is just gone. Fuck. You can't see my face. But it's quite the expression. Fuck.
So she's gonna kind of like lean her head in and kind of just tap her horn on yours. And she's gonna say, I'm here for you, okay?
Okay. Thank you. I'm really glad that you are.
Inward screaming. What the fuck is happening?
Mm.
Human decency? What's that? Pringle doesn't understand it currently.
She says that people's choice and freedom may be the most important thing in the world. And she's so sorry that you didn't have any.
It was only natural for what's happened in my life. This is my normal.
She looks at you right in the eyes and says that she would like to be part of your life as well, but only on the condition that it's your choice.
Pringle slowly nods. Their eyes are so wide right now that she doesn't know what to do, but it's like her body's moving on its own.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yes.
Lee is gonna lean in and give you just the tiniest little peck on the mouth.
There is so much confusion happening right now. Bro's like, this is not how this goes. This is not how I do things. What is happening?
And now Presley's beginning to look a little embarrassed. Should I not have done that?
Can I have another?
Pringle looks instantly embarrassed.
Lip bite, leans in, second kiss.
Pringle's still in her head like, what am I doing? What are you doing? Why are you talking to this girl? None of this is making sense. She just asked you what you wanted. This is not how we do things. You are supposed to take charge and, be the one who leads everything. What are you doing?
So where do we go from here?
She kind of has her arms, like, probably holding she probably has her hands on your upper arms, like, but just below the shoulder on each arm.
Mm-hmm.
And she shrugs and says, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really that well versed in anything here.
I'll take you wherever you want to go. Whatever you want to do.
She nods. I'd like that.
Inward Pringle, what the fuck did you just say?
What the fuck are you doing, Pringle?
Why are you making promises you don't intend to keep?
And she
What
hasn't
are you doing?
even signed a contract yet!
Maybe that's it. Maybe we just gotta get her to sign a contract. Then you'll feel better. Right? Right?
So I might be inheriting a small little trade organization in the near future.
Okay.
You can come traveling with me.
She smiles. I love traveling. It's actually my favorite thing about the circus.
I've got a lot of places I haven't seen yet.
And I've got a lot of places I've seen that I'd like to share with someone.
Inward Pringle, what the fuck are you doing? You're gonna just tell her that you're gonna inherit money? What if she expects things? What are you doing?
What if she betrays you?
This wouldn't be the first time, sweetheart. What are you getting yourself into? You need to take a step back.
Yeah. Would you like to come travel with me then? If that's not too forward?
She bites her lip and nods. I would like that very much.
Then it's a date. A really long date.
Did you just fucking call it a date, Pringle? I swear to God. Miss Gleason, you are gonna have a talking to when you go to bed tonight. Words are just coming out of Pringle's mouth. Fuck.
Well, why don't we go do some sightseeing then? My pa, the, person who I am traveling with currently, he's working and he told me to, just take the day off, so what would you like to do?
She kind of looks embarrassed, and she says that, well, you never did tell me what was special about you.
I don't know if you're gonna consider it special per se, but I can show you. You just have to promise not to freak out.
Mm-hmm. She kind of like nods eagerly and takes a step back. So is it like fire powers, or can you like shoot a beam from your eyes?
I'm so embarrassed as a person.
Again, this isn't really a power, it's more something that I was born with that's very different from most people. So, again, you promise not to scream?
She nods eagerly. You didn't scream when I turned... well, you didn't scream when I showed you the fire.
Yeah, because you're beautiful. Anyways,
She literally makes an eep voice.
So Pringle drops their drawers, I guess.
Presley's hands go up to her mouth.
Pringle actually looks genuinely embarrassed. So
She like blinks a dozen times, very rapidly.
Pringle's just gonna cover themselves with their skirt then, and kind of look away.
She takes a step forward and moves her tail up and touches it on your shoulder. You're perfect.
Shit! What are you doing to me, Beardy?
You called it out before. You said, Beardy, did you make a foil for my character? And the answer is yes. I made a foil for your character.
Hard swallow. Hard swallow. Inner Pringle. What the fuck just happened? Did she just fucking... Did she say what we think she said? Nah. But... Is this actually happening? Shit. Okay. Well, alright. I'm perfect.
I think so.
This is not the reaction I was anticipating.
Well, when someone tells me I'm beautiful when I light my horns on fire, isn't exactly the reaction I was anticipating either.
Point taken?
I think that if this is the way you were born, then I think you were born exactly as you were supposed to be.
Bless this child! Oh, why are you so nice to Pringle? So yeah, Pringle just kind of leans over and grabs their drawers and starts to pull it back up. That's a little extra addition that I have been so fortunate to be different with in some aspects.
I think, she's like blushing very heavily when she says this. I think that it looks really nice.
Inward Pringle. What the fuck that's supposed to mean?
I mean...
Pringle doesn't know what to do with themselves currently.
She's sort of like trying to come up with some words here. So, I didn't mean to embarrass you. I'm sorry.
It's alright. I normally am not embarrassed about this. This is a first. A lot of things are happening for a first today. This is a very interesting day for me. And I believe I can thank you for that. And a smile that might be genuine appears on Pringle's face.
So she's sort of at a loss for words right now. Yeah, that was not what she was expecting, for sure.
I mean, I can also throw up fire if that makes you feel more comfortable.
she like that kind of broke the mood a little bit, and she starts laughing. She's going to take a step toward you again, and she's going to say, I think you are really beautiful.
I think you are too. Genuinely.
Even though my horns are uneven, and I've got, like, weird red skin, and...
Pringle steps forward and takes her hand. Every diamond starts out as a rough stone, but there's still the genuine quality within it nonetheless. You're beautiful in your own special way.
Pringle?
Yes, Lee?
Could I kiss you again?
Pringle nods.
She leans in and kisses you on the mouth. This time, it's a longer kiss.
Just, inner Pringle, just kiss her back already. Just fucking, we're already in too deep. Just do it. Fuck it. Go. Pringle kisses her back.
Oh, Pringle.
The fuck is happening? What are you doing to my character?
Presenting it with, like, something nice. You give a character something nice, and that way, you know, when you take it away, it's extra painful.
Oh, God. Pringle's gonna become even worse then. Wait, what does that say about Yaculus?
What?
Or Lobby?
I mean, they have their companions. They're not... I mean, they're sort of a foil in that, like, Yaculus's companion is super naive and very childlike.
And he has to be an adult.
Yeah, and he's very, like, adult and sexualized, so it makes sense for him to be foiled with a naive child character.
And also another character now.
Yeah, and now another character, which is like a serious hard-ass character, which is the other kind of foil for that sort of a flirtatious, overly sexualized character is going to be foiled by an all-business, militant kind of character.
Oh, fuck, what did you do to Pringle? Alright, so, that was really nice.
Yeah, I've only ever been kissed a few times before, and I think they were, honestly, I think they were all probably on a bet.
Pringle tilts her head in confusion. A bet to see who could woo you, or?
Probably just who could stomach kissing the monster, I guess.
Alright, Pringle just stands on her tiptoes and kisses her.
So, she's going to put her arms around you, and you can also feel her tail on your back as well. And she pulls you into a deep kiss. Some hella good expression work.
Alright. Well, see, normally Pringle would move things along, but this is all different and weird and nice.
Genuine.
What do I do? You've already gotten yourself in this situation. The only person you can blame is yourself at this point. I don't know what you want from me.
Inner Pringle to Pringle.
Yeah.
This is the best dialogue we've got. The inner Pringle to outer Pringle.
Fuck you, and fuck whatever you just got us into. Yep. Well, I guess Pringle will just stay there until anything else happens. Because they don't know what to do.
Well, once that kiss is done, Lee will ask what Pringle wants to do next.
I don't know, spend so much time with you. All of it? Sure, I'll go for all of it.
She blushes and just gives you a deep hug.
Look what you did. You made her like you. Fuck you. You stupid fucking cunt. God damn it. This is your own fault. I don't even know what to say at this point. I've screamed at you. I've told you to stop. And what do? You just keep having words come out of your mouth? What the fuck? Yeah, no. Shut up. What time is it?
It's probably a little bit after noon.
Okay. Well, we could go around town. I could take you anywhere you wanted to go. We could just hang out here. I will literally do anything right now.
Anything?
I mean, yeah. Is that weird?
I mean, kind of. I mean, don't you have anything you want to do?
I mean, there was a thing I kind of wanted to do today, but my brain is mush.
Well, what is it? Is it something I can help with?
Well, I kind of said before that there may be people here that kind of took out my family, and I was kind of looking for them.
You want to get some revenge on them?
Is that bad of me?
No, if they've wronged you, then they deserve it.
Pringle nods.
Especially if it's your family. I mean, I'm pretty good at burning stuff.
I think this is the start of a wonderful partnership that we should just continue. What the fuck are you saying, you little shit? Outer Pringle, I would appreciate it if you fucking kept it in your fucking pants, thank you. Yeah, let's go fucking burn down some cunts. Wait, is that too blunt?
She reaches her tail up and boops you on the nose with it. Let's go burn some people.
Ooh! Spicy girlfriend! A stupid grin appears on Pringle's face. And their tail is almost curled.
Wow. Wow.
Look, wanting to kill some bitches is really hot. Especially if you're nice for some reason. Like, hot damn. I can't wait to show her off to Karsten or whatever the fuck that guy's name was and then kill him. Be like, yeah, this bitch? Yeah, he did me wrong.
Oh, do you want me to burn him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, this girl's amazing. Presley, my heart. This is very unusual for Pringle.
Yeah.
Shit. So yeah, Pringle and Presley leave the inn to go find some bitches to burn.
All right.
Thanks for listening to Snake Eyes. As always, special thanks to William Succi for the intro and outro themes, and Emily Rolled for Fantasy for this episode soundtrack. Interested in following us on social media? Follow us on Twitter at CheckPleaseDND. Or, want to support the podcast and be part of the Czech Republic? Go to our Patreon under the Czech Republic. Until next time!